pleasant good afternoon, friends, and welcome to another edition of the FCA All-Star Unity Bowl right here on SHN Sports. I'm Rob Hipp alongside my good friend Travis Banks. Travis, every year, man, I look forward to this event for the FCA, the wonderful work that they do, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. We've been covering it for 4 years. Excited to be back up here. I look forward to it not because of the great work, or not just because of the great work that the FCA does, but because I get to work with you, man. It's always a preview, if you will, of the upcoming high school football season. For some players, some of them have already graduated. This may be the last time, but I got to tell you, Travis, good to be back up here at Georgetown High School, buddy.
Oh, glad to be back here with you as well, Rob, and it's always fun to be broadcasting with you guys and the entire crew. Michael Francis here working the camera, Nathan Hyde over here. We got Carl Schoenig and Chuck Cracy down on the sidelines. They're going to be doing some camera work and sideline reporting for us. It's going to be a great night and kind of a preview of what it's going to be to come this fall for SHN Sports.
Yeah, we're excited about it. In fact, for us, now the 4th year, we want to thank Greg Knight, Steve Viterini, all the great folks of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. This is part of our commitment to community here on SHN Sports to bring additional coverage to other events that we normally don't cover on SHN. This is one of them that we love to do. We do cover just about anything here on SHN, but as part of our commitment to community, we really enjoy helping out the fine folks at the FCA. Today, we're going to see a lot of kids from all over Central Texas. We're excited about all of these youngsters out here being able to play. As I talked about, Travis, some of them seniors, so they've already graduated. This may be the last time that they touch the gridiron here in the high school level.
Yeah, we've always talked about that over the years past. Sometimes your football team might not have the season they were expecting, not make the playoffs, or you have some sort of bad call in your playoff game, and it leaves a sour taste in your mouth. And so it's a good thing. It's really cool for these kids to be able to come out here and just have one last game, one last little moment on the football field to leave a little inspirational taste in their mouth before they head off to college.
Absolutely. Well, as we switch the camera down to Carl, who's down there with the team right now, Chuck Cracy also down there sideline reporting. Chuck, we'll send it down to you. Field conditions, it's a little hot out here today in Georgetown, Texas, buddy.
It's warm and it's also windy, and so that could play some effect in tonight's game. But, these teams have only had a short period of time to practice with one another, and so there's to be a little bit of roughness to the schemes, and we'll see who takes advantage of the other team, comes out on top. It's all in good sportsmanship here, and as Travis said, it's an opportunity for a lot of these kids to get a little bit more of that football out, because they may not get a chance unless they're going to do a gridiron glory game a little bit later on, about a decade or so from now. So,
Chuck, when are you going to get down there to that gridiron glory?
I've had 3 back surgeries, so I'll never be on the field again. So, other than this.
Well, we'll step aside. We will enjoy our beautiful country's national anthem. FCA 4th Annual Unity Bowl here on SHN Sports continues in just a few moments.
Father God, we come together to enjoy competition, to enjoy fellowship, to enjoy time with family, to enjoy times of celebration, times of dealing with adversity. God, Lord, we thank you for this fellowship that you have given us, this ministry and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Lord, we pray that you would provide all that is needed for your ministry, for your coaches and for your athletes. Lord, we want to give thanks for the coaches that have given their time this week. Lord, we want to thank the athletes who gave up their week to enjoy one more game, God. Lord, we thank you for the strength and the hearts that you have given them, the character that has been built. Lord, we thank you for how you have a big vision for each one of these young people. Lord, I pray that they would go big in all the things that they do from this point on. Lord, that they would be bold in their actions, that they would be bold in the way that they play, but they would be bold in the way that they live their lives through your Spirit. Lord, we pray that you would allow us to build up each other as your body of Christ. Lord, we pray that we would go beyond these white lines to lead and live the lives that you have called us to lead. Lord, we love you. We thank you. We pray for safety over this field. We pray for the safety of all the vehicles driving home. God, Lord, we thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross for our sins. For you are rich in grace and mercy, and you have lavished it upon us, Lord. Lord, we love you for this time. Lord, bless it, and let us play football. It's in your Son's name that we pray. Amen.
We ask that you remain standing as we honor America and those who defend our nation with the playing of our national anthem.
Well, beautiful playing of our country's national anthem as we get started for a little bit of Friday Night Lights here in June, the 4th annual FCA All-Star Unity football game set to be played right here tonight as we are scheduled for a 7 o'clock kickoff here at Georgetown's Birkelbach Stadium. Nothing else like this, Travis, in Central Texas. As I said earlier, we have been blessed to cover this event now for going on. This is our 4th year now here on SHN Sports. Excited to do it, and Travis, as always, excited to have you up here tonight. We normally say in the box. We're actually in the breezeway here on the film deck tonight.
Yeah, it's a bit of a different look. I was pretty confused. I went to our normal press box spot and saw it was completely empty, so had to do some nervous scrambling around. But yeah, we got a bit of a breeze. It's pretty hot outside, but luckily no sign of thunderstorms or anything as we've seen in the Central Texas area over the last couple of days. So great night for football. These kids are going to be hot down there. They're going to need to stay well hydrated, but then again, it is all just for fun. So,
well, team captains down there right now. Hard to get some of those numbers on the gold team. Number 12, Dante Bourgeois is down there. We'll actually just let Mike call him here.
And number 50, Drake Rodriguez. For the blue team, number 5, Joshua Handley. Number 14, Caleb Cervinka. Number 55, Jacob Munoz. And number 64, Dalton Keener. Here to assist in tonight's coin toss is Mr. Robert Dawson, one of the Georgetown FCA board members. Thank you, Robert, for your partnership with FCA and your help with tonight's coin toss.
Well, Mike Stevens, the public address announcer here. Blue team defers. And that's how we'll get started here today. Carl down there on the camera doing a great job. Carl Schoening with our new wireless system. We'll be using that for the upcoming Southwestern football season as well as some of the Georgetown Eagle games. So we're kind of out here as well testing some of that equipment today too, Travis.
And, yeah, we've been experimenting with all this technology over the last couple of years. If you've been listening to any sort of watching any SHN broadcast, you've seen that we like to go a little more than, we like to go beyond what you'd expect from a broadcast of this scale. And it's a lot of fun experimenting with all these new technologies. We've got a great crew that's always willing to help out, and I'm excited to see what happens.
Well, while Carl is down there, I'm just going to shoot some information to Carl here on the broadcast. There's a button on that camera, Carl, that has it's like a white balance button. I hate to do this over the broadcast, but I think it may be in night mode. You can see that on your screen there. Just hit that button a couple of times till you see a sunshine logo on your screen, Carl. Again, we're testing some of this new equipment out here today, and the color a little bit off there on that, so we'll get that to match the other camera as well. But we will keep things rolling. Travis, I'll send it over to you for a few moments while you read over some of the notes here, and I'll step aside. We'll be back here in just a few moments, buddy. Travis, over to you.
All right, well, this is, of course, the 4th annual FCA All-Star Unity Bowl football game, and we're live from Georgetown's Birkelbach Stadium, of course. Friday Night Lights in June, there's nothing else like this in Central Texas. 90 graduating seniors from across the Central Texas area are facing off in the gold versus blue teams. They've been divided into half. Stellar set of respected head football coaches from 14 area high schools are leading the coaching staffs for both the gold and the blue teams tonight. The players arrived here in the Central Texas area on June 4th, and they've spent the last couple of days preparing for this game tonight. The last 3 days, they've stayed in host homes throughout the area, which is pretty interesting. They've enjoyed times of service, motivational speakers, music, activities, and fun, in addition to football, volleyball, and cheerleading. The successful All-Star Game format follows those similar to the ones held in Abilene, Waco, and Tyler. This is a showcase of talent of student athletes of football, volleyball, and cheerleaders from the area. And all of these players represent the core FCA values of integrity, serving, teamwork, and excellence. As we are just about set for kickoff here, blue team will be kicking off to the gold team. Now, this game will follow the traditional Texas high school football rules. We'll have 4 12-minute quarters. All of the rest of the rules apply, of course, in 4 downs for each offense.
And we are about to get started. Travis, thank you for that. Just talking things over again as we're experimenting with some of the new camera equipment out here today on the wireless system. And, boy, that sunshine is shining bright down there on the field. We are set to get started here. The blue team will kick from left to right to the gold team on the right side. As this game goes along, we'll get those names down. We'll also go over the roster. A lot of kids represented from all over Central Texas here in this game. Travis, you know, the previous year when we called this game, the lights literally went out at 10 o'clock because they forgot to reset the timer. So they said, you know what, we're going to move the game back to 7 o'clock instead of 7:30. And that's what happened here. And so that's why we play at 7 now versus 7:30, man.
Well, the good thing about that, Rob, is that we're in June, so the sun doesn't set till about 9 o'clock in Texas anyway. So we'll have sunlight, bright sunlight, for a majority of this game, at least through halftime. And that'll be good for the viewers at home. You could see every little detail. And unfortunately for the kids on the field, it's going to be a little bit warm. So hopefully they're fully hydrated and everything.
Well, Chuck down there on the sidelines. Chuck, we'll be chiming in with you from time to time. You're in the shade now, but we're going to get some interviews during the game with some of these kids. Excited about that, Chuck.
Yeah, I am too. Of course, I know a handful of the players, but the majority I don't. And so I'm excited to talk to them about what the future holds and really what FCA meant to them in their high school careers and their experience over the last week. And we'll get an opportunity to promote both the organization and these kids. And I'm excited about that, Rob.
Yeah, of course, you cover Leander here for us on SHN. You always do a fantastic job. Diego Costa there from Leander High School is on that blue team roster, so I'm sure that you know him. And kind of cool to have some of the kids that you get to cover out here today as well.
Yeah, and Riley Wells also from Leander on that team. Coach Bill Felt, we call him Coach Beef out at Leander. He's coaching the D-line. Former Leander coach here, Coach Doubleby, is coaching the defense over here for the gold team. And so, he spent time at Eastview last year, and he's at Glenn now. So, a lot of these guys have been around the area. They know a lot of the kids as well. And, these kind of coaches, the ones that participate in FCA, really they're impactful on these kids. And it's a real bonus for those of us who have children that go through these programs for these guys to be there and to give them a real a Christian idol, not idol, but someone to look at as an example.
Yeah, good role model down
treat
there.
People. That's right, role model.
Well, Chuck, the reason for the holdup right now, there's no chain gang. So for those, we were about to get a kickoff started. They realized, hey, we don't have a chain crew down here. So that is the holdup right now as both teams headed back over to their respective sides. Again, we're up here in the video breezeway, if you will, and it's not too bad up here. A little bit of breeze up here today in the film deck, but again, that's what happened is we have no chain gang. So Chuck, they may hire you down there to take over the chains, you and Carl possibly.
Well, I was going to suggest that they do like they do the sub-varsity games and just stand over here in the bleachers and go, hey, at 3 parents, and we're ready to run the chains, and just let them climb over the fence and go.
We are set to get started. I guess we will run this game. There's some chain crews over there. I see them over at the 10-yard line. Just opposite of us over to the right. Carl's got the camera on him over there. So there's some kiddos over there that are going to be helping out. So we finally got that in order. And the FCA Blue will kick off from left to right as we are started for Friday Night Lights here on a beautiful summer night here in June. Number 70 for the blue team. That number 70 is Elijah Tellis from Taylor High School. He will kick off from left to right. 2 receivers back to receive around the goal line. Kick is up on its way end over end. And we are in action here in the sunshine, caught on the right hash mark, angling and now in between the numbers in that right hash and finally brought down just outside of the 20-yard line. A decent return there of about 19 yards for the goal team. That'll start us first down and 10 from right to left. We play 12-minute quarters, high school rules here in this game. Good return right there, Chuck, by the return man.
Yeah, that was Myson Williams, number 15 for the gold team on that return. You worry these guys haven't played a ball game since football season. They had a week of practice, but, you got to field that kick, and you got to worry about fielding it. So good job by Williams.
So the goal team will start here at the 11:53 mark. They'll have the ball on their own 21-yard line as they move from right to left. Boy, a lot of sunshine down there on the cameras right now. And or down on the field right now. Snap back around the 15-yard line. Quarterback in the sunshine. Rolls to the left hash mark. Chased by 2 defenders, and he'll just have to throw this one away. Heads-up play there to get that ball out of the reach and avoid any disaster on that play, Travis.
Yeah, that offensive line looks like somebody missed a block, and the entire line just collapsed. The quarterback had nowhere to go, nobody open, so making the wise decision to run away. And look, he, bless his heart, he tried to extend that play as long as he could, but he just couldn't find anything, so he wisely threw it away rather than take the sack.
Unfortunately, didn't catch who the quarterback is. Those numbers are hard to read because the sunshine is right on it there. We'll have the names and more as we go through this broadcast. On 2nd down and 10. This time up the middle in between the hash marks. A decent gain up to the, call it the 26-yard line. The quarterback keeper actually there on that play. And it'll bring 3rd down and about a long 5 here on this play, Travis.
Yeah, good run out of the triple option. They faked a handoff to Kyle Shores out of Lanier, and he ran to the right side. The defense fell for it, allowing the quarterback to run up the middle, get a couple of yards there.
3rd down and 5, 11 minutes to go here as we're just underway in the first quarter. In shotgun, the quarterback. He will keep it again to the right side. This time the blue bringing him down on the play. Even his helmet pops off there around the 26. Great job by the blue defense. We'll look at that one on the replay if we've got it.
Quarterback is Brian Batts for the gold team. And, yeah, it looks about like they were trying to run the same play just out of a different formation. Didn't work out as well this time, though. They'll have to punt it away.
So the Gold will punt things to start. This drive started on their own 21 after the 19-yard return. It stalls. And for the time being, lining up like they're going to try to go for this one on 4th down and 5. And I would expect a little punt, and it is. The quarterback will pooch punt this one up, sells around the 50, and takes a bounce in favor of the blue team. They'll have the ball in excellent field position starting out 1st down and 10 from the Gold. Call it the 48 there, Travis.
That punt was everything good for the blue team because it took a blue team bounce. Myson Williams was there and able to down the punt just after it bounced past the 50-yard line. So the blue team will set up here on offense with some really good field position.
10-12 to go here in the first quarter. First possession of the afternoon for the blue team. They'll have it on the Gold 48, moving from left to right. High snap, quarterback over. The handoff, or actually the pitch over to the left side, dodging through 2 defenders and brought down, a loss on the play. Our Georgetown ISD AD up here, Coach Dean. Good to see you, Coach. Appreciate you and doing a great job for Georgetown Independent School District. Now as the athletic director. A 2-yard loss on the play, back to the 50-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and a long 12. Travis, they've got to get to the 38 for the 1st down.
It was really good defense by the Gold team on that last play on that screen pass.
Pass over and a little trickeration play. This one complete on the right side, bringing the ball up. 2 defenders to beat, pushed in and close to the touchdown. They'll mark him down right at the goal line. What a play there by the Round Rock Cedar Ridge player, Ethan Morin, the wide receiver. We'll look at that one on the replay here, Travis.
Yeah, what a fantastic, almost a flea flicker type play. They threw a screen pass to the running back. That was Josh Hanley, and then he ended up making the throw to Marone, and Marone was just wide open out there. The Gold team defense just forgot about him. Luckily for the Gold team, they were able to not only stop him, but they jarred the ball loose. And had the ball not come loose at the end of the 1-yard line, the blue team would have scored a touchdown there.
Quarterback under center. He'll try to push his way, lowers his head forward. I think he may have been stopped maybe inches from the goal line. Nope, the line judge says it's a touchdown.
Blue team coming out on fire. 3 plays to score the first touchdown of the evening.
Good quarterback keeper. We'll see it here on the replay. Travis says he just needed a few inches to get in there. Good push from behind. Lowers his head, dives in, and that's a touchdown. He was right there through it.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10. If we always talk about how football is a game that is won in the trenches, and right now the blue team, they won that battle in the trenches. That's how they were able to get that touchdown right there. And extra point is up and good. So the blue team leads at 7-0 with just 9:21 remaining in the first quarter. Not even 3 minutes in, we've already got a touchdown, Rob.
And the first possession for the blue team started out on their own 48. Chuck, a great drive there by the blue team, taking advantage of great field position. They score early.
And they did. They jumped right on the field position with a trick play that got them way down inside the 5-yard, really inside the 2-yard line. Cade Fly with a sneak there straight ahead behind Riley Wells on the offensive line. Rob, he did have the ball knocked out of his hand, but he was able to get back on top of it right across the goal line for the score.
Well, good job for the Llano player from Llano, Cade Fly, the quarterback there for the blue team. With 9:21 to go here in the first quarter, we'll see if the Gold can respond. They've had the ball once. It started out on their own 21-yard line and unfortunately had to poach punt that ball away. So we'll see what they got cooking here coming up on their second possession, Travis.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see not only how the offense responds, but how the defense, once they get rested, because they totally fell for that blue team trick play, and you got to think they're getting a little talking to by the defensive coaching staff. You know, we talked about this in the pregame a little bit, Rob. These coaching staffs that they have assembled for this Unity Bowl are some of the best and brightest coaching minds of the Central Texas area. So it's one of those deals where you have so many great minds together, you're going to expect some great football.
Tees it up for the blue team. Back deep to receive for Gold. Number 12, Dante Borges, and number 15.
For the blue team, I believe that's number 70, Elijah Tellis from Taylor High School. The ball falls off the tee, and they'll have to reset it here. A little bit of wind out here this afternoon as well. You know, this weekend, Georgetown, we've been covering them in the playoffs in baseball all the way to the state championship game. They'll play Heritage Colleyville tomorrow. We'll have that game on SHN at 12 o'clock noon. Man, over the weekend, I saw high temperatures maybe 108. That is unbelievable. Kickoff on the way. It takes a ground roll to the 10-yard line on the right side. The returnman picks it up in between the hash marks, has one block, trying to get positive yardage up ahead. And the blue defense, or the blue special teams, bring in the heat again. Only up to the 13-yard line. Good job on that play. Coming up with the initial hit, Chandler Sexton Ruiz. He is from the Texas School of Deaf. Great to see that young man out there getting some play time.
And just a great job overall by the blue team. The return man for the Gold team, you know, he had the right thing in mind. He was just trying to run around and get as many yards as possible, but ultimately he ended up running east to west a little more than he needed to run north to south. And now, you know, almost in the shadow of their own goalpost, this Gold team offense starts out.
They'll start this ball on their own 13-yard line. Looks to be a new quarterback, if I'm not mistaken, Travis, in shotgun. That's number 14 for the Gold team, Nicholas Cagle from Aikens, Austin. And a timeout is called by the blue team. Their first timeout. They've got two remaining, 9:09 to go here in the first. We'll stay right here.
Blue team coaching staff must have seen something in the defense they didn't like, because they've really had the Gold team's number so far this game on both offense, defense, and special teams. So that's the only thing I can think of to burn a timeout this early in the first quarter.
Sandwiches and much more.
You can see the blue team. Carl's making his way over to the blue sidelines right now. Getting a few camera shots. Chuck Cracy, he's actually over there with one of those blue team players. Chuck, did you want to chat with him for a moment?
Yeah, this is Cade Fly here, the quarterback for the blue team there on the first series. Cade, first talk about that trick play and who called that and what made y'all decide to take advantage of that?
Well, I mean, all week in practice we've been running it. I mean, our coach said he's always been telling us we've been probably going to run it first play of the game, but we were on the wrong hash. We had to run a different play, and then we came out and ran it again. We got the quarterback. He threw it and did a good job keeping it together and throwing it, even when he was under pressure. So it's just we're playing pretty good together for only having 3 days of practice.
Definitely, and we knew there would be some rust, and it's been a while since you played some games. So, but talk about FCA and what it's meant to you in your high school career.
Oh man, I mean, no matter what goes on in high school, like you always have your hard times and everything, but you're always gonna have Christ there with us. I mean, this week we've been talking about him and how he's always there for us and how he's just a light in our world, and we've been really praising him for that and for all of us there.
Pull the play here for the Gold team right up the middle and finally drug down at the 25. Unbelievable run. Chuck, final comments down there.
Oh, real quick, Cade. What's your plans after tonight?
I'm going to go to work for this summer and get ready to go to Texas State University. And then after I'll be going to A&M.
Excellent, man. Congratulations.
Picking up a first down at the
Appreciate you, Chuck, down there. I know the microphone a little hard to reach on that opposite end zone or opposite sideline, but great interview down there with, again, I believe that was Cade Fly from Llano, Texas down there. First down and 10 inside blue territory. The Gold stopped here on a run. The loss of 1 to the right side. It'll bring up second down and 11.
I want to go back to that last play, Rob, the quarterback sneak while Chuck was getting that interview in. The quarterback, Cagle, just faked a handoff, ran up the middle. Defense totally bid on it. He had nobody in front of him, and it was actually the safety, Naquan White, for the blue team that, he kind of got turned around a little bit, but he was the one man to beat, and he saved that touchdown for the blue team.
2nd down and 11. May have been a false start. No penalty flags have thrown. A pass over to the right side, and the receiver drilled out of bounds. I think the catch was inbounds, but he was drilled right there. We'll look at it on the replay. Good pickup, though, a hard pickup. Nope, they called it incomplete, Travis.
Yeah, it looks like the receiver never had full possession.
Pass is incomplete on the sideline.
There's a view on the replay here as he caught that going out of bounds. You can see the pump fake once. Not sure. And looked like he was out of bounds there on that play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 11. In motion over to the left side, and a sack around the 35. A great job on the play by the blue team. It was Darian Carter, the linebacker from Vista Ridge.
The blue team came on a blitz. The gold team was running an option. The quarterback, Cagle, just had no idea that Carter was behind him, and Carter using that speed to just bring Cagle down and bring up a tremendous loss of yardage on 3rd down. Excellent defensive play. Sorry, Rob.
3rd down and 11, now 4th down and long here in the no man's land. I expect Gold to go for it from here. Quarterback at the 40. Good protection. Heaves one over to the left side in the corner. This play, pass interference. That's going to be a 1st down. My goodness, over there on the blue team, it was number 21 for the blue, Xavier Torres from Georgetown. We know Xavier well, but on that play, as Matt said back in the day, man, he was draped over him like a cheap suit. Pass interference. That'll give Gold the 1st down.
Yeah, that gold team wide receiver was wide open. He broke away. The ball was a little underthrown by the quarterback, but that was what allowed the blue defender to get on that wide receiver and get that pass interference.
So that will move the ball up. It is not a spot foul. It'll move it up, though, inside the red zone for the first time this afternoon in blue territory. Brings up 1st down and 10.
Myson Williams was the intended receiver on that last play.
Is it Brian Batts, the quarterback out there? It's number 14. He'll dodge through 2 defenders and still on his feet, spinning around like a top, and he's finally brought down. Good effort there to try to stay going. It's actually Nicholas Cagle from Aikens-Austin, and he'll go down for a loss on the play. It'll be 2nd down and long on that play, Travis.
Yeah, the gold team offense has been experimenting so far. 2 drives, 2 different quarterbacks. We'll have to see if they continue that throughout the night. So far, they've had success on this 2nd drive with Nick Cagle at quarterback.
This drive for the Gold started out on their own 13. It's 2nd down and a long 18 from the 27. Handoff on the right side into the hands of Diamante Francois from Connolly, and he'll get a couple of yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and long.
Yeah, it was a sweep to the right side of the field, and Francois able to get a couple of yards, but he just ran into a swarm of blue team defenders.
Be 3rd down and 15, 5:40 to go. Clock is running here in the 1st quarter. Blue leading the Gold, trying to answer that call here in the 4th annual All-Star Unity Bowl presented by the FCA. 3rd down and a long 15. Cagle claps once, gets the delivery on the 30 on the right hash, trickling his way back, and drops this one off, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver on the play, I believe that was Garrett Preston, the running back. He's also from the Texas School for the Deaf.
There was some miscommunication there somewhere on the offense. It was a screen pass, designed as a screen pass. They had tripped receivers to the right side. Offensive line fell apart, but it looks like the running back who was supposed to make the catch for the screen pass thought he was supposed to be blocking. And so the quarterback threw the ball, and the running back wasn't even looking in the direction of the ball.
4th down and 15, 2 hard claps again. Cagle steps through. He'll tuck and run to the left side. Now he throws a pass into the corner, well out of the reach and incomplete. His intended receiver down there on that left side, number 15. That is Mashawn Williams from San Marcos. That'll be a turnover on downs. 2nd possession of the afternoon for the Gold. They'll lose the ball. and it'll go back to the blue for the second time, leading 7-0 with 5:08 to go.
It was a great throw by Cagle, if a little off in terms of he was kind of trying to lead his receiver Williams and kind of get Williams to drag his feet, make the catch out of bounds, but keep his feet in bounds, and just wasn't able to get that 100% accuracy on that throw.
Be first down and 10 for the blue team. They've got the ball on their own 24 on the left hash mark. Quarterback in shotgun. 2 receivers to the right. Handoff to the one back that was back there. And no gain on the play. It'll bring up second down again from the 24.
Tylen Mayberry
was the ball carrier.
He'll be tackled at the line of scrimmage.
And the blue team is,
Bring up second
I
down.
believe they are experimenting with rotating quarterbacks as well, because that's a new quarterback, Cole Harms, in. It was Cade Fly on the first drive, Rob.
Harms is in there. You can see it on your video screen that we have from Carl. He'll have one back behind him. 2 receivers to either side. Standing on the 20 in shotgun. Hand off up the middle. Spinning around. Still on his feet. Wow, breaking through 3 tackles. Angling. And now finally brought down at the 45-yard line. What a run on the play. Looked like he was eventually going to be down. I believe that was number 30 for the blue team. Once again, Tylen Mayberry from Vista Ridge. Unbelievable run. That was a beauty to look at. We'll see it on the replay.
Dante Bourgeois, a defensive back from LBJ Austin, was making the tackle there for the gold team. And again, this blue team offense so far just has the gold team's number.
Wow, what a run. That was amazing to see how he broke through all of those players. First down and 10 from the 45 on the right hash. Hard clap again, high snap, pass over once again to Mayberry on the right side. And once again, he will hit hard. A goal defender at the 50. And a little bit of extracurricular. You don't see that too much here in the FCA games. But, man, Mayberry plowed right through number 12, Dante from LBJ Austin.
Dante Bourgeois.
Bourgeois, yeah.
Second down.
If I saw number 12 correctly, I don't know if that's correct because normally he plays on the offensive end. Was that 12?
Yeah, he's been playing a defensive back in this game as well. He's listed as both a wide receiver and a cornerback.
4-yard gain brings up second down and 6 from their own 49. Keeper here to the right side, trying to stiff arm and a great tackle on the play. It was Tanner Landis from Thrall, Texas, saying, "You're not going to get past me, baby."
Thrall, not too far of a drive to Georgetown from there. Just got to go a little bit down 79 and then up 35.
Again, we appreciate Steve Vittorini, Greg Knight, and all of the wonderful staff of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes of the Austin chapter. It's our joy and privilege to bring you this 4th annual All-Star Unity Bowl. 3rd down and 7 from their own 48. Pass has his man completed for the first down, spinning through one defender inside the 30 to the right side, brought down right on the 0 of the 30-yard line. Coming up with the play was Joshua Hanley from Fredericksburg, Texas. He said, "Baby, I love the peaches in my tea," and got the first down.
It was just poor tackling by the gold team defense that allowed Hanley to gain so many yards. I'd be interested to see the yards after catch statistic for the blue team here, because Hanley able to make that catch and gain a couple more yards. Now, the defender who was covering him was able to eventually make the tackle, but it took a lot longer than it should have.
We'll get to Chuck in a minute. First down and 10 here from the 28-yard line for the blue team. Inside goal territory. Pass to the left side. It's into the hands of Dionisio from Lake Travis, and he'll have another first down. Chuck Cracy down on the sidelines with Cedar Park High School defensive end Jacob Munoz. Chuck, do you got us?
Yeah, I do. Jacob's he's so emotional. He's such a leader. He's running out after seeing if he needs to go out on the field. He is. We'll get him next time.
All right, sorry about that, Chuck, as Jacob Munoz running in quickly.
That's a state champion wrestler right there. I'm not going to object if he wants to go somewhere.
Well, now he comes back, Chuck.
Yeah, we'll see if he comes back down here, though.
First down and 10 from inside the red zone for the blue team, leading 7-0. Handoff. Once again, it's Mayberry, the ball carrier. And the Vista Ridge running back gets the ball up to the 7-yard line. Another healthy run. It'll be second down and goal.
Tylen Mayberry with the carry. Pick up a 3 on the play. Bring up second down.
Well, Travis, excited about upcoming fall season? I know we haven't talked a lot. I think you'll be back with Eastview.
As far as I know, yes.
We appreciate all that you do. Stephen may be in studio now with our new SHN Football Friday. Second down and goal. Bouncing off of one defender like a pinball machine and slammed down. It's a fumble. And the quarterback may have been able to drop on it. The ball's still rolling around. And I think Blue was able to come up with it. We'll take a look at the replay. I saw the last one that got under it was Mason Brooks, the running back and defensive back out of Llano.
Yeah, the referee just ruled that it's still blue team ball. That ball just, one of the gold team defenders, I couldn't see which player it was, but the ball just came loose on the tackle, and like 3 different players tried to go after it. Just nobody could get a good solid grip on it.
That'll be third down and goal now. The ball outside of the red zone all the way back to the 23-yard line for the blue team. Again, they lead with 1:36 to go here in the first quarter, 7-0. 23 yards to punch it in on in the back of the end zone. Pass up, and this one is incomplete, but a flag flew in the backfield before this one got started. We'll see what the call is.
Offside, goal number 9, 5-yard penalty. Replay, third down.
The gold team kind of shooting themselves in the foot after causing that fumble and pushing the blue team back. Now it is still third and very, very long. 1:22 remaining here in the first quarter, but the gold team, in order to maintain some sort of momentum, they really need to get a stop here.
1:22 to go. Clock is stopped. Blue with the ball. Third down and goal from the 18 of the gold. Pitch back on the sweeping motion outside and out of bounds on the left side. The ball carrier on the play, number 18. That was Naquan White from Vista Ridge.
Naquan White with the carry.
So Naquan White trying to get some positive yards. It'll be fourth down and goal, and I would expect a field goal here, Travis.
Bring up fourth down and goal now.
As the ball is spotted, where is that, on the 13? So add 17 to that. It'll be a 27-yard field goal attempt. Is that right? 13 and 17, 30-yard field goal attempt.
That'll be 30, yeah.
Snap is down, kick is up on its way. It's a low one, and from here it looks good, and it is. The field goal good. 30-yard field goal good for the blue team. I didn't catch the kicker on that one, Travis.
It looked to me like it was number 70, but there's no 70 on the blue roster. The only other number that comes close is number 20, Kellen Janda.
Elijah Tellis, we have it on the other roster. It is Tellis. You see the back angle. Good shot there.
The mission of the Fellowship of
and Chuck Cracy is down on the sidelines. Now he's down there with number 30, Tylen Mayberry. Chuck, take it away, buddy.
How you doing, Tylen? How was your week this week in FCA?
It was a great week this week for FCA. We got to give a lot to the kids, and we got to come out here and meet up with these guys. I've just met all these guys this week, and they're already my brothers. We're all cool. We just got like that. It's just great to come out here and do something good for the community and for ourselves. Keep us out of trouble.
And so what are your plans after tonight's game?
After tonight's game, I plan on just going in and keeping dedication through college and throughout everything that I do, with the rest of my life. Coach Vincent, he's still in the number of my phone, and we talk all the time, and he helps me out. So just keeping that motivation that we got all here, just keeping it going for everything. College, grades, every single thing you do in life.
Keep those strong Christian men in your life, all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Back to you, Rob.
Thank you, Chuck. Great job as always down there on the sidelines. That was Tylen Mayberry from Vista Ridge. What an outstanding young man, as all of these young men on this field tonight. Travis out here playing a little football in June in the heat. And with 1:10 to go, Gold will get the ball back, trailing 10-0. Right toe to leather, kickoff on the way from Tellis. This one fielded at the 10-yard line on the right hash mark in the sunshine, angling to the right side. Through defenders, now backpedaling from the 30, back across to the left, across the G logo at the 25. Now across the 30 to the 35 and in between the hash marks, and finally brought down. Boy, a lot of yardage on that run. And it was Bourgeois on the return as he brought some pinball action on that return, Travis.
These gold team return men on these kickoffs, they just want to show off the speed and the skills that they have. That's about the third kickoff, third time in a row where the gold team return man is just running around zigzagging across the field. Kind of like those little snakes that they would make you do in middle and high school as punishment. Or, running down every 5 yards and all that stuff.
Yeah, a lot of running there. I would, guess that he ran maybe 50, 60 yards on that play. Nonetheless, a good return and a good job there by Bourgeois. First down and 10 from their own 37 are the Gold. This time on the right side. Over across the 40-yard line, I think it was the keeper, Brian Batts from LBJ Austin. Batts the keeper, 3 yards. It'll bring up second down and 7. They've got to get to the 47 for a first down.
Yeah, so it does indeed seem that both teams are going to be rotating quarterbacks every drive because Brian Batts started out this game for the Gold team. He took a drive off as Nicholas Cagle came in for the last drive.
Second down and 7 for Batts from his own 40. Handoff to the left side, plowing through 3 defenders across the left hash mark and guts that one up. The ball carrier, Tate. That's Tavian Tate from Rouse. Good run there by the Rouse product. Up to the 45-yard line. It'll be third down and a manageable 2. And that'll do it for the first quarter of action. Blue lead the Gold here in the 4th annual FCA All-Star Unity Bowl. We'll step aside and take a quick break. Second quarter action continues right here on SHN Sports.
Our officials for tonight's game.
Back in action, second quarter just about to get underway. Blue team on the defensive side of things. Gold trying to answer as they trail 10-7 or 10-0. We move from left to right. And on a third down and 1, up the middle for a first down. Good job by the ball carrier. The quarterback keeper by Brian Batts will get the first down for the Gold team.
Gold team offense is slowly but surely starting to come alive here as the game goes on. They had a bit of a slow start, but things finally seem to be getting into motion for them.
Batts in shotgun, 2 receivers to either side, 2 of those receivers down to the right in sunshine. From the 45 in shotgun, handoff up the middle, another healthy gain on the play by the FCA Gold.
Yeah, this Gold team offensive line is finally starting to click. They've opened up some great holes for the running game over the last couple of plays and have allowed, these 4 or 5 yard gains. That slowly starts to chip away at the defense and kind of lowers the defense's confidence over time.
Yeah, Munoz gave a nice block there to allow him to come through. I believe, is Munoz on Gold or is he on Blue? I may have said that wrong. Stepping back over near the 50-yard line. This pass, it's broken up at the 50. Great job on the defensive side of things. The play broken up by Darian Carter and company. It'll bring up third down and a manageable 4. Batts was trying to get that one away, and good job there by the Blue.
Yeah, Batts tried to extend that play as long as possible. He thought he had an open receiver, but kind of underthrew the ball in order to make the pass. But, when you underthrow the ball, that's easier for the defenders. That's less height they have to jump up to try to swat it down.
Third down and 4. Batts claps once, pitches back. And on the option here, running back will keep the ball, and he is brought down for a tremendous loss on the play, 2 yards shy of the original line of scrimmage all the way back to the 48-yard line. It'll be fourth down and a long 8.
Gold team's going to need to convert on this play. They don't really have a lot in the way of momentum right now, and the Blue team, they've just been having their way with the Gold team all night so far.
Fourth down and 8. Batts will get the snap near the 40. as he is trying to dodge two defenders blocking the back. There was no call. This one is intercepted at the 35-yard line. Still on his feet at the 40, and a Blue will get the ball back. The interception on the play for the Blue team. It was number 35, Jeffrey Ward Jr. out of Pflugerville Connolly. Take a look at that one on the replay.
Blue will take over, first down and 10.
As you see, the Blue team just got a lot of pressure, kind of forced the quarterback bats into making a bad throw way too early. And the pass, as you can see, was a little wobbly, and that allowed the defense to just get underneath the pass and intercept it.
So an interception on fourth down will bring up the third possession of the afternoon for the Blue team. They will start on their own 41-yard line. Their first possession from the Gold 48, the second from their own 24, right here on their own 41. Just shy of the left hash mark, stepping back in shotgun. Dodging through two defenders, now diving back to the original line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as the helmet will pop off of Cade Fly. And if we are playing high school rules, Cade Fly will have to come off for one possession here as his helmet popped off. Cole Harms will come in from Taylor. I believe it's the first time we've seen Harms here in this game, number 9.
I believe Cole Harms has played at least one drive for the Blue team so far tonight. Both of these teams have been rotating their quarterbacks. So Harms will get 2 in a row here.
It's actually a loss of 1 on the play. Harms will hand off to his back. Spinning around is Mayberry, trying to gut his way forward in between the hash marks. He'll be dropped for a loss of 1 on the play. Great job by the Gold team, and that front line coming up clapping. A big stop by the Gold as they trail 10-0 with 9:22 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, what happened is Mayberry got stuck behind one of his blockers and had to end up spinning around said blocker, and that lost him a lot of time. As the Gold team by that point realized that he had the ball and were able to swarm on him and bring him down.
Third down and 12 for the Blue. Back in at quarterback here and slammed down for a sack on the play. Oh, baby. Cade Fly had nowhere to go on that play. It was a good job by 44 of the Gold team. That was Jacob Turner out of Cedar Creek. See that one on the replay there. Travis Good sack back for a huge loss.
Definitely Turner able to just break through, and Harms had nowhere to go. There's an offsides there. That'll have a flag thrown.
Flag comes out before the play.
Oh, was there a flag? Yeah, there it is. I was about to say maybe they didn't want to throw one.
Okay.
There's a false start on 77 of Blue. That's Brian Aurora from Georgetown. We know him well as we've covered him for the Georgetown Eagles. Set him back 5. It'll be fourth down. And what town is that over there? Fourth down in Killeen. As we look over to the left. They got to get all the way up to the 49. You'll definitely see a punt here, I would assume. They're not lining up in that formation. Look for the pooch punt. There it is off of the foot of Fly. Good little pooch punt, though, as it takes a bounce in favor of the Gold team. They'll have decent field position or good field position here, starting on their own 43-yard line for the fourth possession of this afternoon.
Gold will take over, first down and 10. Ball spot at their own 43-yard line.
Carl getting some good angles there of the Gold team, and now over at the Blue team. We've got that on your screen now. Appreciate Carl being down there. In the shade now. It was in the sun earlier, but the shade finally showing. Chuck, how is it cooling off down there? You're in the shade right around the 35 just in front of us.
It's fantastic here in the shade. It's much hotter on the Blue sideline as the sun continues to set. They've got a little bit of time left in the sun, though. It hasn't affected their play to this point, though.
I appreciate you being down there, Chuck. First down and 10 from their own 43 is the Gold team. Quarterback in between the hash marks. Boy, breaking through two defenders over to the 40-yard line, still on his feet. Finally, the ankle tackle. A great run on the keeper by Nicholas Cagle. He was able to get all the way to the Blue 37-yard line.
With the quarterback keeper.
Watch on the replay, Cagle just dropped back and spun around. Somebody missed a block over there, or missed a tackle,
It'll be first down and 10.
allowing Cagle to pick up all those yards.
Gold with the ball, trailing 10-0, 7:41 to go here in the second quarter. And a timeout called by the Blue. That is their second timeout. They've got one remaining. We'll keep things right here at the Boeing 737 mark. They make a 737, don't they? Well, they make 737, 747, 57, 67. And they need to get to 777. Well, I was talking to Michael here. That would be fitting. Yeah, I would not want to. If Boeing had a Boeing with that other number before 7, I wouldn't ride on that number. But if they had the Boeing 777, I'd be on that all day, baby.
Well, what is that new plane that's having all those problems that they've had to ground? It's like the Air Max something. Airbus 380.
Michael knows, man. Stay away from that. Hey, we're not. Hey, I don't want any lawsuits. If you want to fly, go for it. You know, that's up to you.
I just got back
wouldn't
from a
get on
trip
it,
to Atlanta. I just got back from a trip to Atlanta last week, Southwest. Perfect flight. We got there early. We got back early. Couldn't recommend it more.
First down and 10 for the Gold after that big pickup moments ago. In shotgun, pass over to the right side into the hands of number 7. That's Stephen Crenshaw from Connolly.
By Francois. Tackle made by Miller. Short gain on the play.
Crenshaw able to pick up a short gain. It looks like about 4 from here, maybe 3. It'll be second down and long regardless for the Gold.
Dante Miller making the tackle for the Blue team there.
Second and 6 from the Blue 37. Handoff over to the left side, trying to break through a defender. And he will be stuffed by that Blue Storm defense. No gain on the play. Was that Cade Phelps, the carrier, the fullback? It was from Blanco, Texas.
Yeah, they sent him in motion for an option. Ended up handing the ball off to Phelps on a sweep to the left side. Phelps had some good blocking on that play, but just couldn't get anywhere. Spent so much time trying to avoid the tackles that so many people ganged up on him that he couldn't go anywhere after that.
The Gold have had some opportunities on big plays. They just haven't been able to capitalize once they get down deep in the opposing territory. Third down and 10 from the Blue 37. Cagle again trying to defer his way from 2 defenders. He'll throw this one. It's intercepted just outside of the 25-yard line. The interception on the play made by Joshua Hanley out of Fredericksburg, Texas. I'm telling you, baby, they're putting something in that tea. It must be the peaches. Down in Fredericksburg, Travis, come on.
Well, what happened there is the Gold team offensive line just fell apart from the snap, and the quarterback was forced to roll out to the right side, basically running for his life. He had some open receivers down the field, but he was throwing on the run, underthrew the pass, and that allowed Hanley to just jump up, make an easy interception, and it was right on the line, so he was able to just step right out of bounds.
So the interception again on the play by Joshua Hanley.
Second interception of the evening for this Blue team defense.
Fourth possession for Blue, leading 10-0. They'll start from their own 27. Pass over the middle, jumping up. The pass incomplete at the 40. It was a good effort. The intended receiver on the play for the Blue team, number 14, that's Caleb Cervenka from Wimberley, Texas.
Yeah, great defense by the Gold team. The Blue team was attempting a slant route pass, and the Gold defense just kind of threw the receiver off of his intended route. Quarterback overthrew his receiver by a little bit, and it bounced off the fingertips. Nearly intercepted at the end there.
I believe it's Cole Harms back in there as quarterback number 9. This one tipped, and he almost is able to get the completion in between 4 Gold and defenders. However, the ball incomplete at the 32-yard line. Harms threw that one over to Hanley, who had that interception moments ago. Boy, he's playing both sides of the field and doing a great job.
Yeah, majority of these players have seen playing time both on offense and defense this evening.
From the Blue 27-yard line.
Third down and 10, the ball on the 27 of the Blue, trying to go from a 10-point advantage and add a little more insurance here in this game. It's a baseball term I like to use a lot that I came up with. I don't know. Maybe, Travis. Who knows? I'm still in baseball mode. Third and 10.
Sack.
Boy, a sack in the backfield at the 20. Great job by the Gold coming in and saying, get it out of here, baby.
Blue team offensive line just kind of collapsed on itself there. And quarterback Harms he had nowhere to go, decided to just drop down and, bring on the inevitable.
Pretty unique angle there, Carl, getting some good sideline coverage. We decided to keep it on that angle. That was kind of cool to see that. 4th down and 17 for the Blue. I'd look for them to kick this one away again. They've been pooch punting all afternoon. A hard count here. And a timeout by the Gold.
Timeout. Gold.
That was their first timeout. They've got 2 remaining, 5:16 to go. 4th down and 17 coming up. Travis, we'll keep it right here.
Yeah, pretty good decision to call the timeout by the Gold team coaching staff because they're deep into the Blue team territory. So if they can get a stop here or an interception, it is 4th down and very long, but some sort of stop, interception, turnover, anything like that will lead to some really good field position for the Gold team offense. The problem is they just have to make sure that the Blue team is unable to complete what should be a pass here on 4th and scoreboard says 17. 5:16 remaining here in the first half. Blue team leads it 10-0. Again, we thank you for tuning in to tonight's FCA Unity Bowl here on SHNSports.com. I'm Travis Banks. Rob Hipp has been alongside me all game. Michael Francis working the camera up here on the film deck with us. Nathan Height working the scoreboard. Carl Schoenig and Chuck Cracy down there on the sidelines getting us those interviews and great sideline shots. And again, we thank you for joining us here this evening.
Well, I was going to go get us some water, but a rarity. There was no water up here. Nothing. I was about to turn on the faucet, just drink out of the sink. I was going to bring out some water. Maybe at halftime I'll go run down to the convenience store. How about that? We'll have 20 minutes. We got to get something, man. It's getting hot up here. 4th down and a long 17. Blue should punt this one away.
Deep to receive the kick, number 12, Dante Bourgeois.
Bourgeois back to receive. He's deep on his own 45. The ball will drop. He'll fair catch it at the 46-yard line. And that is where Bourgeois' Gold team will take back over for their 5th possession of the evening, trailing 10-0. Chuck Crazy down there in the sidelines as he has been all afternoon. Chuck, I was going to bring you some water, buddy, but we don't have any.
We're pretty lucky down here. We have the water cow here on the Gold side, and then we have Gatorade bottles on the Blue side. So I've been fortunate enough to have a little bit of an oasis. I got to share with these big guys, the likes of that Gold defensive line that's doing really well. Ben Simons out of Eastview and Turner out of Cedar Creek really doing well the last couple of series for the Gold.
Gold will start here on their own 46. Handoff, jumps through 2 defenders, somehow able to get forward motion, about a 7-yard gain on the play by Tate. Wow, great job by Tate as he hurdles through. Finally, Ward able to bring him down. That was a good pickup of actually 6 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4 in Blue territory.
Rob, I feel like these players tonight, more so than the past couple of years we've been broadcasting this game, they're trying to showcase their athleticism a little more tonight.
2nd down and 4. Pump fakes once, and wow, fumbles the
out.
Ball as it pops out. Blue trying to get back on it. Gold may have recovered. I think Blue, though, at the bottom of the pile, they will get the ball back. Travis will look at that one on the replay. Boy, he got popped hard on that play. Was that Batts, I believe, the quarterback, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, he took the snap and pump faked. Didn't quite have an open man, but just got the offensive line for the Gold team just collapsed right there. They're very lucky they were able to fall back on the football.
The loss on the play, 3rd down and 8. Back on their own 48, in between the hash marks. Is that Batts? I can't see it is Batts. Batts will elect to keep it here on the option. Batts finds his way forward. Batts has the 1st down to the 41-yard line of the Blue. Great pickup on 1st by Batts.
Batts trucked into that defender, Brian Arroyo, who is listed as an offensive lineman playing on defense for this series. And Arroyo able to make the tackle, but that's because he was brought down by Batts himself.
Well, after the fumble and getting drove back, able to pick that ball up, and then Batts said, I'm going to redeem myself and get the first down. Now on blue 41, man in motion from left to right. Little miscommunication on the handoff to that man in motion. Batts will be brought down. He was trying to hand it off to, I believe that was a running back, Diamante.
Ford in the backfield.
Francois, yeah. That play just took way too long to develop. They were trying to do an option, a sweep, kind of a read option play right there. Francois they made him run from the left side of the field to the right, and he was so far away that play took too long to develop. I think the defense was able to read what was going on there, and that's how they were able to bust through the offensive line to get to the ball so quickly.
Second down and 12. Chuck Tracy on the sidelines with gold player. Is that Jacob Turner? Chuck, is Jacob Turner down there?
It is, Rob. It's Jacob Turner here. Jacob, your defensive line's really coming out to play all of a sudden after a little bit of a slow start. Talk about the motivation here to win tonight.
You know, we've been working all week. This team, even though we just met each other this week, we have some good chemistry, and we're all playing the right technique. We're doing it all right. And even though I'm making the plays or whoever else is making the plays, it's because of the other guys. We're doing their things right, and we're doing our technique right, and it's allowing us to make plays.
Talk about FCA and what it means to you and the ability to do something like this week.
You know, I've always called myself a Christian, but I'm still lost. I don't think I found Jesus yet, and I'm glad I've came here this week. I've learned a lot from these coaches and these players, and I think I'm on my way to becoming a man and a Christian.
Well, let me just tell you a little piece of advice. Keep these strong Christian men in your life, and they'll lead you in the right direction, all right? Good luck to you, buddy. Back to you, Rob.
Awesome. What a great young man down there and being surrounded by such great guys. Jacob Turner from Cedar Creek. The Cedar Creek Eagles. What a great community down there. I love going to Cedar Creek because you got to go through sausage country, baby. We always stop at Southside in Elgin. You always got to stop there, Travis. I love our friends, not only in Elgin, not only in Bastrop, not only all down in that part of Texas, but especially there in Cedar Creek, Travis.
Well, you know, they're building some new south sides around the Austin area, too. I think one is coming to maybe Pflugerville or Round Rock. I think there's one coming to North Austin as well. So you won't have to drive as far anymore.
I'll still go drive. You got to get it from the source.
That is true.
You got to get the food from the source. And if you know Galen Welnicki and I and Michael and all of our crew from Southwestern Road Trips, we like to eat. We like to go to the Happy Cowboy there in Brownwood. We call it the Happy Cowboy down there in Brownwood. Overton. Is that Overton? Underwoods. We call it the Happy Cowboy because they got a cowboy out there. He's smiling. We love that place.
Underwoods is my dad's favorite barbecue restaurant.
Pass over on first down from the 23 in the corner, and it's dropped. Great defensive play. Oh, baby, that would have been a big one for the Gold. Wasn't able to haul it down, Travis.
Xavier Torres on the coverage there for the blue team, able to get a hand in there, and the ball would have been caught, but Torres, just able to get his hand in there, knock the ball out, and prevent that touchdown. Great defensive play.
The intended receiver not able to haul that one down because of the excellent defense. Man, it is so hard to see those numbers on those Gold jerseys, Travis.
They almost need it's not hard from our vantage point when it's in the shade there, but they almost need to make these Gold numbers black on the jerseys just so they stand out a little bit more. And almost a lot. It looks like, they did lose the ball. A fumble on a handoff, and blue team says they have it. Referee.
Coming up from the bottom of the pile there for the blue team, 82, Chandler Sexton Ruiz. But we've called his name a couple of times this afternoon from the School of the Deaf. He is doing a great job. We'll see it on the replay here. And we had that angle on the replay when he was right there coming up from the pile. You can see it perfectly. Great job by Carl down there. He stood up and said, I got the ball, baby. It's our ball. Blues, time to shine. Leading 10-0 with 1:46 here in the first half.
That is the third turnover for this blue team defense in this first half alone.
Blue will have the ball for the fifth time this afternoon from their own 26-yard line. Pass over to the right side, completed at the 25, spinning around in the sunshine. The flags will fly at the 30. Good pass there from Cade Fly over to Denicio from Lake Travis. We'll see what the flags are here. Face mask on the Gold, 15-yard variety. That'll move the ball up even further on that 15-yard variety, Michael.
Dante Bourgeois is the gold team player called on that penalty. And now blue team has a minute 39 to work with to march down the field. They're getting out of the shade, however, and the disadvantage is this half of the football field they need to be on. The sun is going to be directly in their eyes, so it'll be interesting to see how they manage that.
First down and 10 from their own 47. After the penalty, mishandled snap, dives down, and his knees were down, and that'll be a dead ball. The ball hit down with him there for Cade Fly, a loss on the play, and that'll move the chains back a little bit.
Lots of sloppy ball handling the last couple plays on both sides of the football field. I wonder if that just has to do with, how hot it is on the field, the temperatures down there, maybe some sweat getting on the hands and everything.
Timeout by the gold team. That's their second one remaining here at the 1:23 mark in the first half. Again, I'm Rob Hipp alongside Travis Banks, Nathan Height here as well. We appreciate Michael Francis up here with us operating camera. Carl Schoening down on the field with the camera, and Chuck Cracy. Carl's got a good shot there, the gold team in their timeout huddle right now. Chuck Cracy down there on the sidelines as well. Chuck, this has been a good battle here in this game. The Gold just have not been able to find any rhythm. Every time they've got the ball, they simply just fell behind and haven't been able to capitalize.
Well, I talked about it right pregame. It's a lot of rust. These guys haven't played football in a little while, and so they get a week of practice and they come out here. Blue really just took advantage on a trick play early. Otherwise, we're a 3-0 game here.
Well, you talk about the rust. You can't spray WD-40 on a football player. The only way you can shake it off is to get out here and play. Of course, some of these guys, seniors.
Hey, Rob, we're gonna talk to some of the cheerleaders here at halftime too. By the way,
awesome. Sounds good, man. Appreciate you, Chuck. Second down and 14 from right to left on the sweep over to the left side. Good block on the left side, and out of bounds at the 50. Healthy run on the play after a couple of blocks. And coming up there for the blue team, it was number 18, Naquan White from Vista Ridge. There is a few Vista Ridge players on this roster. They're doing a great job here this afternoon, Travis.
Yeah, and one of the head coaches for, I forget which squad, but Rodney Vincent is the head coach of the Vista Ridge football program. So you got to think that he works well with those players that he's been coaching for the last 4 years.
Third down, and 7 from here. Pass over. This one well incomplete around the 25-yard line. There is a flag, though, around the 48 on the gold side.
Looks like holding based on the way the gold team defensive line is celebrating, but we'll see what the referees have to say.
Cade Fly has been under pressure all afternoon, his team leading. It was an ineligible receiver downfield called on Christopher Jolson from Cedar Creek.
He must have just deviated a bit too far from the line of scrimmage. So, the guys on the line have to check in with the referees every time. That's usually just the tight end. You got to have 5 people on the line, however.
Fourth down and 7. It's from the 50. Pooch punt from Fly's right leg. This one will take a nice blue roll, and it's finally fielded at the 18-yard line. With 1:06 to go in the first half, first down and 10 coming up. It'll be the 6th possession of the afternoon for the gold team, trailing 10-0. We'll keep it right here, Travis. Been a good one so far. If you're a Blue fan, if you've got some kids there on that gold side, they've got to find some rhythm. They haven't been able to find it. They've had glimpses of hope in this game. They just haven't been able to capitalize, like I told Chuck earlier.
Yeah, the defense has been really coming together here in the second quarter. It's just been the offense. They can make some strides, but once they get inside the red zone, near the red zone at least, that's where things seem to kind of fall apart for their offense, and it's one of the big reasons why they are being shut out so far in this game. But, a couple of halftime adjustments, and they could be on their way to tie this game up pretty quick here in the third quarter.
1:06 to go, first down and 10 for Gold. Again on their 6th possession of the night. They'll have the ball starting on their own 18-yard line, right near that left hash, in the few final glimpses of sunshine that are covering the field. As you can see on your video screen there, we are almost completely in the shade from the 40 all the way down. But if you go to the left of the 40, you've still got some sunshine. Again, this drive starting from their own 18, from left to right. Unity Gold with the ball. Pass over to the left side, one-on-one. It is tipped, almost intercepted, and almost goes into the hands of the intended receiver, but it's incomplete.
Cagle's pass is intended for Myson Williams. Incomplete.
Myson Williams, the intended receiver on that play. I believe the defender was Naquan White for the blue team. Just great defensive coverage. One-on-one, no hands intertangling with each other.
Johnson, please report to
Just
the
clean
visitors'
defense.
dressing room. Unique Johnson, please report
Second
to the
down and
visitors'
10.
dressing room.
Stepping back, dodging through 2 defenders. On his feet, the tuck and run, angling, fumbles the ball out of bounds at the 27-yard line. He was close. He was fighting for that first down marker. He'll be a yard short. I don't think that was an intended quarterback keeper, but he tucked and ran, and a good yardage there to bring up third down and a manageable 1 with 52 seconds to go. More importantly, out of bounds. They only have 1 timeout. That'll stop the clock.
And Nicholas Cagle has done some great things while scrambling around on the football field this evening.
Cagle in shotgun, 1 back behind him. He'll step at the 20. 2 defenders will bring him down for the sack at the 15. The Blue Storm continues the domination tonight.
These offensive lines for both teams are just kind of starting to
On the tackle.
just get tired. You can tell the heat is affecting them pretty evenly because we've seen so many sacks and so much pressure on all these quarterbacks so far here in this second half, or second quarter, I should say.
20 seconds to go, clock ticking. I'm wondering if they'll just let this one go down and take it with a 10-0 trailing here at the half. I think they'll try to get one more off. You definitely don't want to rush things and get the play you don't want here. It is 4th down and 10, so they'll let it run down to get the last play of the snap. Cagle steps through 2 defenders, pass over the center to the 30, and brought down at the 31. The pass completed to number 15, Mashawn Williams from San Marcos. And that'll do it for the first half of play. FCA All-Star Unity Team Blue leading FCA Gold 10-0. Chuck Cracy's down there on the sidelines as he wanted to have a chat with a few of the cheerleaders here. Chuck, I'll send it down to you. Appreciate you tonight, buddy.
Okay, ladies, how are y'all tonight? Okay, you're obviously representing several schools in the area, and you're all members of FCA? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ask one question, and I'm going to go around, say your name, and what FCA has meant to you during your high school.
My name's Selena Hernandez, and FCA has been a family that I can always go to no matter what my troubles are.
Wonderful. And you?
I'm Aaliyah Anderson, and FCA means to me during high school, it just brought the light to me, and it was a family, and I got to be with my friends, and yeah.
Relationships and fellowship are important.
My name's Caitlin Carter. I'm from Elgin, and fellowship really has brought a family through athletics and through school. So whenever I need people by my side, I know I always have them.
Right. So and you're last but not least.
I'm Lizzie. Yeah. FCA for me has really been learning how to not only be a leader with my sport, but then also using that to share the gospel with my teammates and then my friends in the community. So that was just pretty awesome to learn how to do that better.
That's fantastic. You keep that up, and you guys keep strong Christian people in your life. You'll go the right way. So.
Thank you.
Good luck to you guys. Back to you, Rob.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you, Chuck, down there. We'll step aside and take a quick break as well. 19-minute halftime. Again, we will take a break as we let the Mike Stevens, a public address announcer, chat here. As we will step aside and take a break. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back here in just a few moments.
Miss Selena Hernandez from Luling High School. Miss Aaliyah Anderson from Luling High School. Miss Caitlin Carter from Elgin High School. And Miss Lizzie Garner from Anderson High School. Thank you, ladies. Let's give them all a big round of applause.
Well, Rob Hipp here at halftime. Again, thanks for joining us for the 2019 fourth annual FCA Unity Bowl, the All-Star Unity Bowl, here with Steve Vittorini. Steve, man, what an awesome opportunity. First and foremost, thank you for the blessing for allowing us to be here for the fourth year in a row. I look forward to this event every year. Like I was telling Travis before we got started, or once we went started, I said I look forward to it, to work with Travis because he and I get to do this game together every year, but then just to continue to promote the mission and what you guys do at FCA.
Well,
thank you, Steve. Appreciate you.
Nah, we appreciate you all. And, man, it doesn't get a whole lot better than this. Friday Night Lights in June, right? And I describe this as 3.5 days of ministry, and then a football game breaks out. And one of the beautiful things about having this game up here is the host community of Georgetown, the number of volunteers and host homes that come together to house the students are coming from all across 11 counties. We got kids from Schulenburg, Shiner, all the way down to Fredericksburg and Harper. So a great representation of the geography that we minister to.
Well, I'm so used to talking to Coach. I said, well, Coach, you might as well be the
I'll
coach of the FCA. Man.
I'll
Come
answer
on.
to that.
So, Coach Vittorini, well, Steve, again, great work that y'all do with the FCA. You just talked a lot about the communities and all the kids that are involved. Talk about the number of kids that are here this year and kind of that 3-day process of not just getting together and playing football, but really ministering with these kids and helping them to get to the next level.
Well, it all starts with the coaches. I mean, everything that FCA does is to and through the coach and the influence of a coach. And imagine it's your senior year and you think you're done, and then coach taps you on the shoulder and says, hey, guess what? I've nominated you to play in the FCA All-Star Game. You got one more time to pad up, suit up in June. So that's how it starts. They get nominated to play in the game, and we've got a volunteer group of high school football coaches that come together to make this all happen. It all starts with the coaches, and those nominations come from across 130 schools across our area, and we make the selection, and then they come in and their families come in, meet the coaches, and get to know who they're going to be playing with, and then come back again Tuesday, the week of the game, and start to practice. 2-a-days Wednesday, Thursday, a walkthrough Friday, and in between the practice time, they're getting to know one another and the coaches, and they do some service projects during the week. There's a youth clinic on Wednesday night that they volunteer for young people in this community. So it's a whole nonstop 3 days of action. And then we have chaplains that serve the team, and so every player, there's 80 of them, 40 aside, they're going to hear about what we do and why we do it, and that's to glorify God and introduce people to what it means to have a relationship with Jesus Christ.
I think it's great what you guys do. Again, we're very humbled for the opportunity to do it here on SHN because our goal at the end of the day and kind of our story is we want to help empower schools and organizations to promote their student athletes. I don't think that there's a better way to help empower an organization or really to help promote a student athlete than through what you guys do with the FCA. And not, as you talk about, this is a process. This isn't you just show up here at this beautiful facility and play a pickup football game.
Right.
It's a week of football. It's a week of service. Talk a little bit more about the FCA and the Austin area specifically, some of your leadership, and really what you guys do to help make that impact, not just with the football games, but other things that you do here in the Central Texas community, Steve.
The core values of FCA, you just mentioned one of them. There are 4 of them. Excellence is number 1, integrity, teamwork, and service. So you're going to see those 4 core values play out as we prepare for this game and try to bring excellence to making sure that they come together as a team and compete well against one another. But then what does it mean to be a person of teamwork, service, excellence, and integrity in your own life? And so we're trying to find coaches that are going to instill those values for these 3 days that we have the players. You know, we've been very fortunate. We started a plan almost 5 years ago now to staff up our area so that we can go deeper relationally with the coaches across the high schools and middle schools and colleges that we minister to. So now we've grown in the last 4 years from 6 people on staff. Now we're up to 17 people on staff in a short amount of time. And we have a volunteer network that we're weaving together so that ultimately what we're able to do is invest the time and have a ministry of presence. Any coach that's coaching their team, we want to be coming alongside them and supporting them in whatever their goals are for their players all through the season.
Awesome. Well, Steve, we appreciate you. Final question here before we let you go. I know that you've got a lot of things you're running around taking care of today during this game. If someone out there today watching this stream, of course we're live streaming it, and it'll be archived forever as long as YouTube's around, and we'll keep a copy of it. But if there's folks out there today who are watching and says, man, this FCA organization, I've heard about them. I've heard of the great things that they do, the message of Jesus Christ that they bring, what they bring to these kids in the community. How can they get involved? What can they do? Where can they go to get involved with the FCA?
Simplest suggestion would be to go to fca.org and just find the little link that says Find FCA in a local area, and they put their zip code in. As long as they do that, it's going to work its way and find its way to us, and we'll figure out how to plug them in.
Well, as I've mentioned in previous years, you know, and I'm just being honest, we don't get to see a lot of ministering organizations in the school system these days. But the FCA has worked very hard and diligently, and the respect of what you guys do, not only here in Central Texas, but throughout the nation, is still being able to be in the schools, to be able to be here and be a part of this. How important, how critical is that for what the mission of what y'all are doing is?
You know, the favor that we have and the acceptance that we have on campuses, I really don't know of any other organization that has what we're able to do, and we don't take it for granted. And it really all begins because coaches want to have that relationship with us, and we take it really seriously. We respect it. We try to steward it exceptionally well. So we understand that it's a privilege to be walking the halls, going into the cafeteria, going into locker rooms, being on the sidelines, and just looking to serve, really, at the end of the day, looking to serve and see people see in us an expression of love that they don't usually get to see, and we try to spread that as best we can across these student leaders and these coaches.
I always end every broadcast with a phrase, we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other, provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Yeah. You know, I say that like it's something routine, but it's really not. And when I think of that, I think of the FCA and Steve, what you, Greg, and all the wonderful staff does. So, again, thank you. Thank you for this privilege.
You, Rob.
It's a blessing to always be here in the presence of what you do in the FCA and just how blessed your organization is. Again, thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Well, we'll take another break. We'll send it back down for just a few moments to the field. Travis, thank you. As we step aside, the camera will head back over to the field, and we will take a break. Steve, thanks again. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Rob.
Welcome back here to Georgetown ISD's Birkelbach Stadium as we are just about set for the second half kickoff of this 4th annual FCA All-Star Unity Bowl here on SHN Sports. I'm Travis Banks. Rob Hipp is alongside me. Michael Francis working the camera up here in the stands with us. Nathan Height working the scoreboard. Carl Schoenig and Chuck Tracy down there on the sidelines as the blue team will receive this second half kickoff. And boy, do they ever take that the ball, the kickoff, and take it pretty far, making it all the way to about the 41-yard line is number 5 of the blue team. That's Joshua Hanley out of Fredericksburg High School in Fredericksburg, Texas. As you see on the replay, he got some great blocking down the field and was able to set up some really good field position for the blue team as they lead it 10-0 over the gold team here at the start of the second half. And if you're just tuning in, the first half was a pretty slow start for both teams. The blue team actually getting on the board first on their opening drive. Most of those yards coming off of a trick play in the second play of the game. As the first play is a screen pass to the left side, and that receiver is able to get a first down and a whole lot more, making it to the other side of the field to across the 50 and to the 40-yard line on the gold side of the field. Making that catch for the blue team again was Joshua Hanley. But there is a flag thrown for holding on number 14 of the blue team. That's Caleb Cervenka. So that first down and a whole lot more will be negated, and the blue team will instead go about 10 yards back from the original line of scrimmage. So that'll be first, and I believe they are going to replay the first down. That'll be first down and 20 to go. Ball is on the blue team's own 32-yard line. Blue team comes out in the shotgun formation, and they're sending a man in motion from right to left. The quarterback takes the snap and fakes a handoff. He throws it over the middle. He's got a man wide open, makes the catch to the 20, to the 10, and the ball is jarred loose before the receiver can go into the end zone inside the 5-yard line. Great defense by the gold team. The ball falls through the end zone. That was Caleb Cervenka who made the catch. But the ball was jarred loose and knocked out of the back of the end zone. So that should be a touchback for the gold team. As you see on the replay, wow, what a defensive play by the gold team. A touchdown saving, just a fist of steel. You know, Rob, that reminds me of a Texas A&M game, 2006, Jordan Peterson against Missouri. A wide open touchdown just like that. Jordan Peterson, the defensive back for Texas A&M, knocked the ball right out of the Missouri wide receiver's hands. Ended up being a touchback through the back of the end zone. A&M was able to take control of that game and win it.
Yeah, Cervenka had such an opportunity there, and my goodness, not able to bring that one down, and now the gold will get the ball. Unbelievable turn of events.
Great defensive effort by the gold team, as the gold team quarterback will take the ball and scramble up the middle for close to a first down. And I believe the quarterback for the gold team this drive is Brian Batts, and it is indeed. He got about 9 yards on that carry. And if you're just tuning in, the first half, a bit of a slow start for both teams. The blue team able to score on their opening drive, but was held to a field goal after that. The gold team has just had a lot of miscommunication on offense, as Batts, the quarterback, takes the snap, rolls out to the left side, and he finds an open man, makes the catch.
Well, Travis, Chuck Tracy down there on the sidelines. Chuck, you're down there with the gold teams at number 12, Dante. Talk to Dante.
Last play and how on that pass, it looked like it's going to be a touchdown for blue. They were going to kind of put it out, but what did you have in mind as you ran down the field?
Oh no, I always got to hustle. My coach taught me to hustle, so I seen the ball in the air, so I just chased it. Seen him caught it. He wasn't looking. He slowed down. Got too happy. I'm gonna come finish the play. I always finish the play. Don't never give up. It's the best thing I can tell you, man.
And you showed quite a bit of wheels there, because that receiver's not a slow guy, but you closed pretty quickly and you punched that ball out and saved your team a touchdown.
Of course. I mean, that track do justice. Hey, anybody that say track don't help,
track help, so y'all running.
So shout out somebody real quick.
I like to shout out my coaches, shout out my boys up there, shout out my T-Lady and everybody, and my grandma, Papa, rest in peace. I love y'all. That's it.
Great play, Bourgeois.
Hey, Chuck, real
Yes,
quick,
sir.
it is Bourgeois, correct?
Correct.
All right, well, thanks, Mr. Bourgeois down there. What an outstanding young man. Great interview, Chuck. A lot of energy from that young man down there on the field.
That's Diamante Francois on the carry for the goal team there. A sweet play to the right. Gained a couple of yards on that play. Brings up second down. And you know, Rob, we were talking about this earlier, that the goal team has had a lot of opportunities in the first half offensively. They just haven't been able to capitalize on it all. 3 turnovers total in the first half. They're looking to avoid that same fate here in the second half as an option. To the left side, the quarterback decides to keep it himself, Brian Batts, and a wise decision as he's able to pick up 3, maybe 4 yards. That'll bring up third down and about 3 yards now.
Gold sneaks into blue territory.
As Brian Batts also on that carry is able to cross the 50-yard line and enter blue team territory.
Appreciate you, Travis. I'll let you keep through this possession here from the gold team. Thanks for carrying this one. Been a good drive so far for gold.
Indeed it has, and now they're setting up in a bit of a pistol formation, and it's a handoff to the running back who has a huge hole up the middle. The running back is going, and he's brought down after crossing the 20-yard line. On the carry for the gold team was number 33, Preston Garrett, a student at the Texas School for the Deaf, and what a great run. That's a run of about 30 yards. They're going to mark him down at the 19-yard line. As you can see on the replay, just great blocking by the gold team offensive line. Handoff right up the middle. As you can see, Preston Garrett just picks up a great block, has a man in front of him get picked up as well. Same formation now, back to the field, and they fake the handoff to Garrett, and the quarterback, Brian Batts, keeps it himself. He spins around, picks up a first down, and just after crossing the first down marker, Batts is brought down after spinning around one defender.
First and goal now for the gold team.
And this is about the best field position that the gold team has had throughout the entire evening. A first and goal from the 8-yard line. After 2 great running plays, the gold team all of a sudden is knocking on the door. They're looking to at least end this shutout. Again, they're only down 10-0 here. A little over 8 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. As Batts takes the snap. He rolls out to the right side in an option, refuses to pitch it, but he's not brought down yet. And ultimately, he will lose about 3 yards, just couldn't find a hole.
Batts with the quarterback carry. He'll be tackled for loss.
Making a wise decision to not pitch the ball to his running back.
Spot at the 12-yard line. That'll bring up second down.
And correction, that'll be a loss of 4. So it'll be first and goal from the 12-yard line now here on second down. Second and goal, I should say. As you can see on the replay, just not a lot of space for Brian Batts to work with. A failed tackle, though, so it could have been a lot worse than it actually was. Somebody's helmet came off there at the end of that play. Looks like one of the members of the blue team defense, and following Texas high school football rules, that player will go to the sideline for the rest of this series. Batts takes the snap, and he throws a fade into the end zone that falls incomplete. The intended receiver, I believe that is Myson Williams.
That'll bring up third down and goal.
I apologize. That is not Brian Batts in at quarterback. They subbed him out for Nicholas Cagle. Both players have been seeing some playing time at the position throughout the game. So that'll bring up third and goal from the 12-yard line, as the gold team now starting to show signs of what happened to them in the first half, where they just couldn't complete drives. And now Cagle rolls out to the left side after taking the snap, and he's got nowhere to run. The pocket is collapsing around him. He's got 2 players on him, and he makes it back to the line of scrimmage. Brought down in a duo effort by Tylen Mayberry of the blue team. Zachary Ferguson of the blue team. For the linebackers, and that brings up fourth down. And Rob, down 10-0. Think the gold team ought to go for the touchdown, or do you think they ought to play it safe and kick the field goal?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the kicking game behind the gold team here. 6:51 to go, third quarter. I think if you kick the field goal from here, it would be around a 30-yarder or so. They line up, though, like they're going to go for it.
They are indeed going to go for it as Cagle rolls out, and he's able to avoid some tackles, finds a man wide open in the end zone for the touchdown.
No, I stand corrected. Go for it.
That was Myson Williams. He rolled out to the left side, wide open. The defender lost track of Williams. Cagle saw it, threw a perfect pass, and the gold team has ended their shutout. They trail it by 4. The score is currently 10-6 blue team, pending the point after.
Well, we'll send it down. Chuck Cracy is right down there right now with that player from the gold team, number 15, Mashawn Williams. Chuck, down to you.
Okay, Myson or Mashawn?
It's Myson.
Myson? Okay, Myson. Tell me what you saw on that play, because you kind of broke wide open there in the corner.
Well, I saw the corner man up on me, and he always thinks I'm going to go inside. And the play was designed, the quarterback will roll out that way and bring it back outside. So I slow paid it, and I busted outside it. Corner lost his feet, and I burnt.
Yeah, and it looked like for a second you were like, I better not drop this pass.
Yes, sir. I was wide open, so they said I'm going to drop it or I'm going to catch it.
So especially, that's the first points of the game for the gold team. It's a tight ball game. Now we're going to get a little bit off. It's about this week. Talk about FCA and what it means to you.
Oh, it was a great experience. We got to learn about God more. I'm in a church group called Young Life, and that's what it related to me. Like every coach that talked, it brought me back to Young Life because it's like much related. And I know a lot of people that went through the same things that they did. It was a wonderful experience.
So if somebody's interested in that organization, Young Life, do they got a website or something?
They have like websites and
yeah,
they also go to like some certain schools, Central Texas schools. It's like I think it's national. I don't know.
So what you got going on after tonight's game, going forward in the future, man?
Keep working hard, take care of my family, and get ready for college football.
That's what's important, buddy. Take care of your family, keep Christians in your life. All right,
thank
good luck. And that back to you, Rob.
Awesome, Chuck. Great interview as well. Carl always down there on that camera tonight doing a fantastic job. As we got a nice shot of Myson after that touchdown, coming back running and getting a couple of bumps there from his teammates. Travis, thanks for calling that drive. Again, that was capped off on the pass. How far was that pass, Travis? I didn't catch that.
It was 4th and 12, or 4th and goal from the 12-yard line. So it was just a 12-yard pass, but still very impressive. Great to get that insight from Myson Williams down there on the field, too, bringing up that the cornerback guarding him thought he was going to jet over into the inside, but Williams saw that and decided to cut out to the outside where he was wide open, as he said. And
well, the Blue will get the ball back, leading 10-7, 6:35 to go third quarter. Kickoff on its way. 2 of the gold players slam him down at the 26. Helmet flies off at the end of that play. Oh, baby. The helmet popping off of Cortland Denicio from Lake Travis. My goodness. Look at it on the replay here, Travis. Whew.
Like I said earlier, Rob, it feels like these athletes are trying to showcase their skills a lot more than they have in the past couple of years since we've been covering this ball game. Looking to get some of these last-minute scholarship offers, I guess, or at least have some tape for the walk-on, tape for the coaches when they try to walk on to college teams.
It'll be first down and 10 for the blue team as they move from left to right. 6:28 to go third quarter. Ball resting on the right hash mark. This drive starting on their own 27-yard line. Quarterback in shotgun, one back to his right. That back there for the blue team, number 7, Mason Brooks. 2 receivers to either side. Now a man in motion from right to left. Handoff fake. The pass over, and this one just thrown away. Boy, it could have been intercepted around the 39-yard line. The pressure was brought there by the gold team.
Harm's pass falls incomplete.
And Harms there had just had to get that one out of the way, and a good job throwing that ball away. Again, the quarterback, Cole Harms, out of Taylor, Texas.
I think Harms is really lucky that ball was not intercepted. He could have just put a little more arm strength in there and just throw it out of bounds to avoid that sack. Took a big risk there.
Second down and 10. Harms steps back, throws in the flat to the right side at the 25-yard line, spun around. And the Gold Star again taking care of business at the 25-yard line. Another loss on the play.
Mason Brooks the receiver on that play. Just had nowhere to go after that screen pass.
Well, Travis, we'll call the defense for the blue team the Blue Storm like we do for Georgetown, and for the gold team, the Gold Star. I got a few of those when I was in elementary school. Be cool if as adults you still got gold stars, wouldn't it? Those always felt good, Travis. 3rd down and 12 from the 25-yard line. Triplets this time to the left, one receiver all alone to the right. Harms punt fakes once, pass over the middle, has his man at the 35, and that's enough for a blue first down. He needed to get to the 32. He got up to the 30, or actually to the 33 or so. Actually needed to get to the 37, Travis. Sorry about that. He got to the 39.
Yeah, Josh Hanley making the catch there. Great throw by Cole Harms into coverage. Joshua Hanley was brave. He had 3 defenders surrounding him, and he was in the right position at the right time, made the catch, great hands, and picked up the first down.
5:16 to go here in the third quarter. 1st down and 10. Blue have the ball on their own 39. Harms in shotgun. 2 receivers to the right. Instead, he'll hand off to his running back behind him, trying to go through defenders up the middle, is Mason Brooks out of Llano, Texas. Brooks will pick up 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 41.
2nd down.
You always have to follow up a successful pass play with a running play just to keep the defense on their toes. That's what the blue team was doing there.
4:43 to go, clock running, 2nd down and 8, again from their own 41. Favoring the right hash mark, Harms in shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, 1 all alone to the right. Man in motion from top to bottom. Handoff is to that man in motion, still on his feet, trying to dive through defenders. Boy, I would turn into a quarterback here and throw that away, and he doesn't. Instead, it is a huge loss back to the 33-yard line. Good job again by the Gold Star defense taking care of business.
Naquan White was the running back on that carry. They were trying to pitch it to him in a bit of an option sweep play, and the Gold team defense just, they were able to break through, and Williams just had nowhere to go on that when he tried to spin around, and no matter what he was going to do, he was going to lose some yards there.
Well, I mean, at that point, he can turn into a quarterback, right?
I'm not too sure about that one.
I would think you can, and then throw the ball away and avoid that big loss.
There might be some obscure rule about, illegal throwing motion.
3rd and 15, pass over man wide open, tiptoeing his way out of bounds at the 42-yard line. The ball carrier from the pass from Harms to Ethan Moran. Chuck, do you know that rule? I mean, if he's back there, couldn't he have thrown that one away, Chuck? Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I didn't see if the pitch went forward to him or if it was a handoff behind him.
It went behind him.
Yeah, then he would be eligible to throw a pass if he wanted. But you don't think that when you're the jet receiver. All you're thinking is, I'm going to run, and there's green over there.
Yeah, it's easy for us to think things way up here high in the box and just watching the game develop. 4th down and 7. The ball from the 42-yard line on the right side. 3:41 to go here in the third quarter. Blue leading 10-7. And this one will be punted away. End over end, the ball sails. It'll drop at the 15. It is fielded and whistled dead at the 15-yard line. It was Dante Bourgeois.
Bourgeois, we've called his name quite a few times tonight, Rob. He's been a big playmaker for this Gold team. And the Gold team has a lot of momentum here with just 3:33 remaining here in the third quarter. Trailing 7-10, they scored their first touchdown of the game on their last drive, and they're looking to continue that and at least tie the game up here on this drive.
Got a little second clarification there on that last play as well. 1st down and 10 for the Gold team. They'll start the 8th possession of the evening on their own 16-yard line.
Huge hole for the running back.
And finds a nice gap up the middle in between the hash marks to the 31. Healthy pickup on the play of 15 yards for the first down. Tate, nice carry.
Great blocking by the Gold team offensive line. Opened up a giant hole in the middle for Tate. He just ran right through.
Again, 1st down and 10 from their own 31. Gold on the 8th possession of the evening, trailing 10-7 at the 3-minute mark here in the third. Pass over right side at the 35. Has the reception. has D-Lane across the 50, now the 40 to the 30. One man to beat across the 10, and that'll do it for the touchdown. What a play by the Gold Team.
69-yard pass play for the Gold Team there. What a play. And you know, Rob, I think it was a missed tackle by the Blue Team. The cornerback covering the receiver dove for the tackle, going for that, Madden NFL video game big play, ended up just missing completely, and that allowed the receiver to make it all the way down the sideline.
Boy, Cade Phelps, as you said, Travis, 69 yards to give the Gold Team the first lead of the night, 13-10. Extra point kick here from the 10. As the kick is up on its way through the uprights and good. Carl had a nice angle of it. And the Gold take a 4-point advantage with 2:49 to go here in the third. Here in a few minutes, Chuck may be able to get that interview with Phelps. I don't think we've talked to Phelps yet here in this ball game.
We've only spoken to one quarterback, and that was way back at the very beginning of the game in the first quarter.
Well, that was the fullback 21, Phelps, on that play moments ago. The cool thing about being here in this All-Star game, during the regular season, we wouldn't be able to have Chuck in between the 25s. He'd have to stay away in that media circle or the media corner outside, but Chuck gets to hang out down there. Chuck's he's part of the team down there, Chuck. So what does it feel like, Chuck, to be down there in the middle of that? Normally you don't get to stand right there.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I got to spend my time right in the middle of a bunch of stinky football players, but it's pretty awesome because the excitement just keeps building, especially here on the Gold sideline, as they've really started to put together here in the second half, late second quarter, early second half.
That was a drive for the Gold Team that started on their own 16, capped off by that 69-yard touchdown pass to Phelps, normally the fullback. And Gold with that 4-point advantage, 14-10. They'll kick the ball from right to left. 2 set back to receive at the 10-yard line for the All-Star Blue. Left toe to leather, end over end. Powerful line kick. This one fielded at the 6 and dropped at the 15. Able to recover it on the right hash mark. Dancing through defenders in between the hash mark and the EV logo at the 25 up to the 30-yard line. And the Blue Team will take the ball back after the kickoff for the 8th time this afternoon.
And this is a pretty different spot for the Blue Team here as they trail for the first time in this game. We'll have to see how they come out. They might be a completely different team here when they're trailing.
Back to the 30-yard line.
I'd have to start getting a little more creative in their play calling. I don't know.
First down and 10 from the 30, trailing by 4, 14-10, 2:40 to go in the third. Quarterback rolls to the left, heaves one over to the right side, and that one incomplete, out of bounds at the 40. The intended receiver on the play, Cortland Donicio out of Lake Travis. Be second down and 10.
Cade Fry, the quarterback in for the Blue Team now. He put some strength underneath that pass.
Well, Chuck down there on the sidelines now with the Blanco fullback, number 21, Cade Phelps. Chuck, down to you, buddy.
Okay, Cade, Phelps out of Blanco. Talk about what you saw on that play after you caught that pass when you saw that green.
Well, I caught it, and my teammate made a really good block, and I just saw it wide open outside. Just open grass from there.
Have you always been that fast, or did you find extra gear?
I've always been pretty fast.
Okay, well, talk a little bit about FCA. I know you're tired from that long run, but what has this week meant to you?
It's really brought me closer to Christ and helped me build a relationship with people around me that just helped me build my relationship with Christ.
Now, it's very important to keep strong Christians in your life. You got an opportunity here to meet a lot of guys that are at different points in their journey. You're going to keep in contact with these guys?
Yes, absolutely.
One last thing. What did Coach Phillips say to you at halftime?
He just said, keep your head up. It's still a close game, and anything can happen. Just have fun.
All the momentum's on your side. Keep it up.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Back to you, Rob.
Great interview down there again with Cade Phelps. What an outstanding young man, as all these interviews have been tonight. You can clearly tell that, boy, he was out of breath after that big one. I was out of breath just looking at him. I get out of breath just getting out of my car and going to the back door. I couldn't imagine going 69 yards, 61 yards while to go, Travis.
It's funny because they make it look so easy just watching them from up here, but you got to remember these are human beings too. I know these are just 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, but they get tired just like we do. They just get tired a lot less than we do.
Blue team set to punt. Bourgeois back to receive around his own 45. Pooch kick on the way. Actually, this one's going to take a nice line. Oh, baby, that's a good kick. Rolls down to the 10-yard line to the 5, and Bourgeois will touch it. I guess they're just calling it down as soon as he touches it. At the 7-yard line or so, and that's where the blue team will go back to defense, trailing 14-10. Gold 14-10, the advantage.
Yeah, blue team, they're just they got a little cocky early. Remember, they could have been up another touchdown. So it would be a 17-14 game had the receiver Josh Hanley been able to hold on to the ball. That was at the beginning of the third quarter. That Superman punch by Dante Bourgeois knocked the ball out of the back of the end zone and created a touchback that prevented the blue team from scoring a very easy touchdown. And now blue team comes back out on defense. Gold team just has all of the momentum. They're playing lights out on both defense and offense. And I guess you can count the special teams as well, Rob.
But a good one so far. Gold leading 14-10. They'll have the ball, though, to start this 9th possession for them of the afternoon. Their 3rd of the second half on their own 8-yard line. In the backfield, handoff, left side, leaps over one defender across the 10 to the 15, angles his way out of bounds at the 13. Actually at the 17, a great run on the play by Brian Batts. Actually kept it there. Batts, my goodness, he must have taken some gymnastics when he was a kid. He can hurdle out there, man.
Or he's really good at stretching before the game because it felt like his legs were about, 10 yards apart.
My goodness.
Just able to sidestep all those defenders like that. Crazy agility.
Ball spotted on the 17-yard line.
Well, he'll pick up 9 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 1. The ball now on the 17. High snap. Bat's able to come down with it. Hands off to his back and stopped in the backfield for a loss of 1. The ball carrier there for the gold team, the running back from the Texas School for the Deaf, Preston Garrett.
Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They'll actually back him up a yard.
Well, friends out there joining us on YouTube, we're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by noon tomorrow. As that 1,000 subscription mark will open up the doors for us to do a lot more on our mobile devices. Please hit that subscribe button if you're watching. We'd love to reach that mark by noon tomorrow. Here on a 3rd down and 2, Batts has daylight across the 45, now to the 50 with 2 men in front of him. Batts will spin around, and he's drug out of bounds at the 30. What a run by Batts on the keeper all the way down the field into blue territory. We'll see it on the replay, Travis.
Just a great run by the quarterback Batts there. Picked up a great block through the middle. Had just nothing but green in front of him. Had some great blocking down the field as well.
60-yard keeper by the quarterback Batts.
I'm telling you, Rob, the gold team is just firing on all cylinders now.
On the left hash mark from the blue 30, handoff, backpedaling his way forward to the 25. A 5-yard pickup on 1st down, maybe 4. It'll be 2nd down and a long 6 at the 26.
Will be brought down at the 26-yard line.
That should be the final play of the 3rd quarter as we are 5 seconds and counting.
And that'll do
and
it
that
for
is.
the 3rd quarter.
They're going to run the clock out, and if this were the fall, everybody in the stands and on the sidelines would be all holding their hand up with their 4 fingers to signal the beginning of the 4th quarter and that they own the 4th quarter. But this is all about fun, so we're just going to go directly to the 4th quarter, I think.
As we
provided meals for our players and cheerleaders this week.
Chuck making his way over there to the blue sideline. Carl in the middle of the field as he walks across, getting some great camera angles tonight. Appreciate Carl and all the fine work that he does here on SHN. You know, almost 5 years ago, Carl Schoening and I sat down and we said we want to find a way to bring a better broadcast to Central Texas, to the kids, to bring them exposure. And it started as HSN, the Hipp Schoening Network. A lady was sitting to our left. We drew it out on I remember writing it on a napkin, kind of like Herb Kelleher, who I guess was Southwest Airlines. Wrote it out on a napkin, didn't think about it. A lady sitting to our left said, "Oh, Home Shopping Network." That's why we flipped it to SHN. But I got to tell you, Travis, having you here with us, I've worked with you for such a long time, back when we worked together and now at SHN. Man, we couldn't do what we do without our SHN family. And so appreciative of guys like you and Michael Francis to your right, Nathan up here, Heather, who comes up and helps us out as well, David England, Joshua Harris, Chuck Cracy, all the Leander crew, all over the Central Texas. We couldn't make this exposure possible for these kids without you guys, who we call our SHN family. So thank you, buddy, for all that you do.
Well, thank you, Rob, for having me here tonight, and thanks to everybody else for coming out. And again, yeah, we've got a great crew that's really helped us to continue to evolve our presentation over the years.
On a 2nd down and 6 from the Blue 26, pass is incomplete.
Bring up 3rd down.
3rd down and 6. Again, the ball resting on the Blue 26-yard line. Gold has been able to push it into Blue territory. They've only been able to capitalize a couple of times. It started out a little rough for them. They are finally starting to find that rhythm. They've got the 4-point advantage, 14-10, as we are 3 seconds into the 4th quarter. Hard count, clap, handoff to the back, guts his way on that left hash mark, and that was a hard-fought 1-yard gain, Travis, to the 25.
Garrett with the carry out of the backfield.
Well, the thing about this part of the game is we touched on this earlier at the beginning of the first quarter, but some of these players, you know, this is going to be the last time they suit up in a football uniform, so they want to make it count. And they're going to fight for every inch, every yard. They're going to just fight for the rest of this ball game.
Carl there on the sideline getting a good shot of Preston Garrett, as we just showed him on your screen moments ago. 4th down and 5. I would expect here in this area for Gold to go for it. They've got to get to the 20 for the 1st down. High snap. Garrett again, the handoff up the middle. He's going to be stopped about 2 yards short. Turnover on downs. Good effort by Garrett, but an even better effort by the Blue Storm defense.
Well, some positive news for the Blue team here is they've lost pretty much all control of this game here in the second half. They lost all of their momentum, and they've gained a little bit more back here by getting that stop. And now they have a chance to at least score again and retake the lead here against the Gold team.
1st down and 10 for the Blue. They'll start this possession trailing 14-10 with 11:11 to go in the 4th quarter as they move from right to left, the ball on their own 22-yard line. Handoff, right hash mark, finding daylight, still room to run across the 50, and finally pushed forward into Gold territory. Great run on the play. What a pickup there on 1st down.
Indeed, Blue team, you know, really nothing left to lose at this point of the game.
Torres with the carry.
It's Torres, the ball carrier for the Blue team. Xavier Torres, we know him well, the X Factor, Georgetown Eagle. 1st down and 10. Handoff on the right hash.
Torres once again with carry.
X Factor, Xavier Torres to the 44-yard line, which will bring up 2nd down and long 7.
Tackle made by Kyle Shores. They'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
Xavier Torres, great years here at Georgetown. Looking forward to seeing R.J. Moreno for the Eagles this fall. 2nd and 7. Pass over, hole, upended. It's incomplete at the 35. What a nasty play.
Receiver had some height on him there.
On the far side.
There's no other word to describe that. He got upended, just a nasty hit. It's a good football hit. You just don't want to be on the opposite end of that. You'll see it here on the replay on that far side. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that defender, he's walking off the field under his own power, thankfully. It looks like he might have just gotten the wind knocked out of him. But, yeah, that was a vicious hit. Like I said, Rob, these kids are trying to showcase their athleticism tonight.
Once again, thanks for joining us here on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. You're watching this coverage of the 2019 FCA All-Star Unity Bowl live from Georgetown, Texas. Again, please hit that subscribe button and help us get to 1,000 subscribers. We're trying to get there before noon tomorrow. Don't know if we'll be able to make it, but with your help and your click on subscribe, we'll be able to get to that goal. That will enable us to do live streaming from mobile devices. That's why we're trying to get there. 3rd down and 7, 10:07 to go here in the fourth quarter. Blue from the gold 43. In the backfield across the 40. Now on the left side to the 35-30, angling his way out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Another healthy gain on the play. This time from number 30, it's Mayberry again. Tylen Mayberry from Vista Ridge.
Blue team is showing signs of life. They're marching down the field, and now it's crunch time for the gold team defense, which has been playing very well the last 2 quarters.
Chuck down on the sidelines. I believe that is Riley Wells down there with the interview. Chuck, down to you.
Yeah, I'm here with Riley Wells out of Leander. Riley, talk about tonight's game and what you're trying to do to get back in it.
I mean, we're not really out of it right now. It's been a good physical game. We're just playing our hearts out right now.
Yeah, I'll see you later, Riley. Coach Vincent turned and said, I need him. So there goes Wells. Back to you, Rob.
That kind of worked out because our microphone was picking up a lot of static there. So the microphone knew what the coach knew. He said, I got to have him back. 9:35 to go. 2nd down and 4 for the blue team. Inside the gold red zone now. That ball resting on the 18-yard line on the right hash mark. In shotgun, the quarterback, one back behind him, 2 receivers to the left, in motion from left to right. A handoff, though, to that back that was to his right as he tries to plow his way forward near the 15, finally brought down actually at the 17-yard line. A hard-fought 2 yards on 2nd and 4 should bring up 3rd and 2 or 3. Travis, I think they just gave him 1.
Mayberry with the carry.
It looks like it, yeah, and it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 3 here. So a big 3rd down for the blue team.
Mayberry, the ball carrier. 3rd down and 3.
They'll mark the ball at the 16-yard line. That'll bring up
Ball on the 16.
For the blue team.
As Gold showing the defense. Xavier Torres has a gap across the 10-yard line. That's a blue 1st down at the 9.
Torres with carry out of the backfield.
Good shot there of Xavier Torres, the Georgetown Eagle.
That'll bring up 1st down and goal now for the blue team.
Talked to him a lot during the coaches' shows this past season. 1st down and goal from the 9. This time a handoff and plowed back for a big loss all the way to the 16. Ball carrier there, number 4 for the blue team. That is Cortland Donicio from Lake Travis.
Reese Kalaja made the tackle on that play. He's out of LaGrange, so traveling a bit of a ways to get here to the Austin area. That's probably about a 2-hour drive.
I'll bring up 2nd down and goal.
Brings up 2nd down and goal, Travis, all the way back to the 16 for the blue. They trail 14-0, 7:30 to go here in the final frame of action.
I am not sure what the holdup here is. Doesn't appear to be an injured player. I think the referees are just discussing.
Chuck, any information what's going on down there?
You know, Rob, I'm not sure at this moment because the chains are on the ground. I guess he was inside the 10 before that loss, and they just want to make sure they had the spot right, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, it was. Thank you, Chuck. It was 1st down and goal from the 9. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 16. This time the keeper. Pass over left. Oh, that could have been a touchdown. It's incomplete at the 10-yard line. Right off of the fingertips of the blue player, number 51, Diego Costa from Leander.
That was just overthrown. The quarterback put everything he had into that throw. He throws that a little softer. That's probably a touchdown.
Well, again, make sure to join us right back here on SHN Sports tomorrow at noon. We'll actually go live about 11:45 a.m. live from the Dell Diamond. It's the 2019 5A Texas Baseball Championship. Georgetown, the home team, versus Colleyville Heritage. 3rd and goal from the 16. Pass incomplete at the 9-yard line. The intended receiver on the play, Joshua Hanley out of Fredericksburg. That time, they took the peaches out of the sweet tea.
Sounds like things are getting too spicy for the pepper.
Mario Lara.
I thought we were just making up our own catchphrases tonight. I don't know.
Zach Hudgens from Burnett will head over to the sideline for the blue team. They'll attempt a field goal here. I'm bad at math in my head. 33-yarder? That is up, and it's good from 33. 33-yard field goal good for the blue team as they trail by 1, 14-13. I didn't catch who kicked that one, Travis.
Number 70 of the blue team. Thank you, Michael Francis.
That's the one that's not on our roster, but on the other, it's Elijah Tellez out of Taylor High School.
Which makes sense because he kicked all the other PATs earlier.
So what did I say on that?
33 yards.
33-yard field goal.
SHN Sports. Georgetown ISD for the use of their facilities for practices this week. Thank you to all and everyone.
So 6:49 here remaining in the ball game. The blue team scores their first points of the second half, a field goal, 33 yards. They trail the gold team just by a single point. It's pretty interesting how back and forth of a game this has been, as the blue team pretty much dominated the first half. It was a 10-0 score at halftime with the blue team leading. The gold team just roared back in the third quarter. 2 huge plays for the gold team put them in those scoring positions. And now they have a chance to close this game out with a victory.
6:49 to go here, Travis. You're right.
What makes it all the more impressive, too, is the gold team. 3 turnovers in the first half alone, 0 here in the second half. Blue team still, I believe, is without turnovers for the entire game. So that would be even more impressive if the gold team were able to pull that off with that handicap.
Carl's over there behind the bench. Literally, the bench is there.
Back deep to receive the kick for the gold team. Number
Some of the trainers there as they come back on to the sidelines. Appreciate them as well.
Lara teeing up for the blue team.
The coaches here tonight for the gold team: Creighton Phillips out of Lago Vista, Daniel Hunter Anderson, Chad Bishop, Marble Falls, Chris King from Dripping Springs, Kerry Graham, Marble Falls, Jose Aguirre to Round Rock, Ryan DeBlay out of Eastview, Andrew McLean, Hutto, Jim Edbaugh from Lago Vista, Brad Cassell from Lago Vista. For the blue team, Rodney Vincent, Leander, Vista Ridge, Carl Billfeld out of Leander, David Woods from Fredericksburg, Clint Easley from Llano, John Luke Hutto, Albert Bond, Georgetown, Joel Hanley, Fredericksburg. 2 other coaches, Vista Ridge, Todd Brown, Chad Scott, and then Jamal Finner from LBJ Austin. A lot of folks having to come together to make this one possible. Like I talked with Steve, this isn't pick-up football up here, Travis. You got to get ready, practice, and then all the events that take place during the week. Special thanks to the corporate sponsors for this event: Joe Bland Construction, Rudy's Barbecue, MI Homes, Pepsi, Grand Endeavor Homes, FGM Architects, Hypercore Networks, Emerald Lawns, PWS Home and Commercial Services Company, SEC Planning, MA Partners LLC, Polte, National United Bank, Gateway Homes, Landev Consulting, G-Rex, Sloshki, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, Hat Creek Burger, Life Touch, Polte, Earl Campbell Sausage. This pass on the way on first down. It's almost intercepted at the 50. It's incomplete. A few final sponsors here again: Earl Campbell Sausage, Rio Grande, Bush's Chicken, and many other individual sponsors. Incomplete there on first down. The ball on the 18 for the gold team. They're holding on to that 1-point advantage, 14-13 with 6:43 to go here in the game, Travis.
And I know there's a lot of time left in the game, but it's still kind of surprising to see them attempt to pass the ball this late in the game with a 1-point lead, especially when the running game has been working out so well for them the last couple of drives.
We see Chuck down there. We'll get to that interview after this play. He is standing beside Elijah Tellez from Taylor High School. We'll get to him after this play. Again, 2nd down and 10, 6:43 to go. Gold on their own 18. Quarterback one clap. He'll hand off on the delay to his running back. Guts this one across the middle on a zigzag pattern to the 25. It'll bring up third down and manageable. Chuck, we'll send it down to you with Mr. Elijah Tellis. Chuck?
Actually, it's Mario Lara from Schulenburg, Rob.
So we've been saying it wrong all night.
Yeah, it's wrong on that roster. So
again, what was his name again, Mario?
It's Mario Lara.
Thank you.
Lara, out of Schulenburg. Mario, you've become quite a weapon here for the blue team. You got 7 total points. They haven't seen much of a kicking game from the gold team. Talk about how you told the coaches that you could kick, or did they come and recruit you for that?
They came and recruit me for that. Yeah.
So you're a little bit of a secret weapon. Talk about what may occur here coming down the game, because it could be pressure. You may have another opportunity here.
No, I think we're gonna come out with the win. Yeah. I don't think there's gonna be any need for field goal, but if there is, I'll be ready.
You'll be ready? Okay, talk a little bit about FCA and what it means to you.
FCA is very, it's a really big deal, and I think many people should do it.
Riley Wells joining the interview.
Yeah, I think many people should do this, because this is a really fun, it's been a blast, a very fun time.
Are you going to stay in contact with all these guys?
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's new brothers, man. Stick with it. Good luck and congratulations. Back to you, Rob.
Chuck, appreciate that. And if you run by Mario again, Mr. Mario Lara, tell him we're sorry. We were going by what we had up here on the roster. Thank you, Chuck, for that. And I'm glad we got to get that correction before the end of this game, because we try hard to get the names as we can. We just go with the information that's in front of us. The FCA does a great job putting all this together, but sometimes there's some last-minute changes, and we don't get those. But, again, thank you for that, Chuck. 1st down and 10 after the first down pickup moments ago for the gold team. The ball on their own 45 on the right hash. The keeper here across the 46-yard line. Good keeper there by Cagle. He has been a force here for this gold team, especially in this second half, Travis.
He has indeed. Both of these quarterbacks have been playing extremely well for the gold team. The running game has just been off the charts this second half. And, with a good running game also comes a good offensive line, just great blocking. We got to give a shout-out to those big boys up at the front winning the battle in the trenches.
2nd down and 9, only a gain of 1 actually on the play from the 46 on their own side. Cagle, 2 claps, gets the ball, hands off to the man in motion, and he's brought down in the backfield for a loss. The ball carrier there, Keith Williams, the safety from Connolly. We'll look at it on the replay. Good job by the Blue Storm. Carter with the tackle. Here it is on the replay, Travis.
Gold team was trying to go for a read option there, but the blue team had it sniffed out.
Again, it was Darian Carter out of Vista Ridge making that tackle for a huge loss. 3rd down and 16. The Gold have to get the ball all the way to the 45-yard line in blue territory for a 1st down. They're trying to run some clock, though, holding on to a 1-point advantage with 3:40 to go. It has not been a high-scoring affair. It's been good football, though. On the right hash mark, Cagle in shotgun. He stands on the 34 with the back to his right. Avoids one defender. Throws this one right side. Has his man. Has the 1st down at the 40 on the right side. The completion into the hands of Stephen Crenshaw of Connolly, and it's a 1st down for the Gold.
Great catch by Crenshaw. He broke free down the field. Looks like he actually kind of stopped and signaled that he was open, and the quarterback saw and threw a perfect pass.
They'll spot the ball at 38-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the gold team.
Gets that ball all the way down to the 38-yard line. First down and 10. Cagle claps 4 times this time. Hand off, it's delayed, dragging a defender forward. Was the running back for the gold team.
Carry out of the backfield. Munoz on the tackle for the blue team.
May have lost Carl's video feed down there on the sideline. We'll have to turn the equipment off and on and see if it comes back, or the batteries may be running low. We've been down there a while. Appreciate Carl on that sideline. I know that even though the sun is set, it's a little bit warm, is it not, down there, Chuck?
Yeah, it's a little bit sticky, but there's a slight breeze which kind of takes a little of the edge off.
2nd down and 10. Looked like some movement across the line. No call there on the blue team. The pass is dropped over the middle at the 40. And
pass is caught by Garrett.
The pass is caught.
Yeah, somehow miraculously caught.
Ball's fine at the 40-yard line.
Yeah. Oh, and they are going to call a penalty on the blue team there.
Yeah, I thought that they had came across the line early. They got a good jump. Carl's video feed is back on. Appreciate that, Carl. As the blue team down there getting some water, Carl's got a great shot of it. We're excited about the upcoming fall. That's why we're here tonight. We wanted to test some of our new equipment, our new systems. As we talked about earlier on the broadcast, Travis, it's all about bringing exposure to these kids, these programs. And we've invested in some new equipment here in the off-season. And with the generous support of many sponsors and donors helping us to obtain some of that equipment, as, of course, we continue to promote and really are going to start marketing that here in the next few weeks, the SHN Sports Broadcast in a Box, which we're working out of tonight. If you're out there watching and saying, man, I wish I could have coverage for my team, my athletic team, my kids. Very simple to get started. We can help you. We can provide all the training materials, all the equipment that you need. Go to shnsports.com/box for more information on the SHN Sports Broadcast in a Box. 3rd down and 12. Pass over the middle. It's caught on the waistline to the 25. That's a first down for the gold team. Wow, what a catch on that play.
That looked to be Dante Bourgeois. No, I'm sorry. That was Myson Williams.
Williams, who we talked to earlier. Here it is on the replay, Travis.
What a great catch by Williams. A great throw as well, just perfectly placed. Williams was being covered. The defender was unable to get a hand in there at all. Break it up.
I mean, literally caught at his waistline on the fingertips, able to haul that one in with defenders all around him up to the 25-yard line. Very important here for the goal. They're able to run some clock. We're at 2:06 on the game clock. The play clock at 16 seconds, so they can continue to let this baby run down. They're leading by 1, 14-13. This is a gold team that has came back here in the second half and taken the lead. They trailed 10-0. First down and 10 from the 25 of the blue. Handoff to the right side. This time the ankle tackle. Nowhere to run for Tavian Tate, the running back out of Rouse.
In the backfield, he'll be brought down by Mason Brooks. Tackle for loss on the play.
Timeout. Blue, your second timeout.
Blue will take their second timeout. Boy, I keep hearing that referee down there. It sounds like Curtis Parker. I was like, is Curtis down there refereeing now? His voice sounds just like Curtis. And to give Curtis a shout out, he does so much here for Georgetown Independent School District. We, I always tell Curtis, we don't take anything for granted here at SHN, especially at this facility. It is always a privilege to be here. We appreciate the generous support of not only all the sponsors, not only the FCA, but all the schools that we have the privilege, Travis, the privilege to work with. It's not a right to be in a press box. It's a privilege. We appreciate that privilege.
Yeah, I hope all these schools, have enjoyed the work that we've put in, helping them out and trying to gain them more recognition around the state. I know the Georgetown baseball players, I've been following the saga over social media, listened to a couple of games here and there, and those kids just seem so happy that they're in the spotlight. They're going pretty deep in the state tournament, but also they kind of get to be TV stars at the same time.
2nd down and 16 for the goal on the blue 31. Man in motion from right to left. The handoff is to that man in motion. It's Diamante Francois. He'll spin around, putting the Francois on a couple of blue storm, but he fumbles the ball. The blue say that they've got it, Travis.
Uh-oh. The blue team does indeed have it. The referees...
Number 1,
I haven't seen a referee signal yet. Okay, they did.
Carl was down there on it. We'll look at the replay. If we've got a second here.
Blue recovers.
Oh, there he goes. He was trying to stay on his feet,
It'll be first down and
and
10
I guess
from
just
the
kind of
31-yard
forgot
line of the
to
blue team.
secure the ball there.
1:32 remains in tonight's contest.
Well, Mario Lara may have had a thought that turns out to be true. He said, if I got to get down there and kick the winning field goal, I will. 14-13 after the fumble, 10th possession for the blue team from their own 31. Has it on the left side, steps out of bounds in goal territory.
Pass caught by Naquan White.
White with the catch, and it is a huge catch. He goes out of bounds, Travis. Blue only has one timeout remaining, so that'll stop the clock right at the half-century mark on the 50 as he stepped out of bounds there at the 50. His team trailing 14-13.
And White really just lost his balance there. He could have gone for a few more yards as well had he not stepped out.
Pass over to the right side with room to run.
White again.
Hurdling one defender. Oh, my goodness, baby, down to the 38. White.
Fly pass is caught by White.
Take a look at this one on the replay.
It's Naquan White yet again. And just as you see, it's a swing pass. White makes the catch. He's wide open. Has one guy in front of him. Hurdles. Just gets a perfectly timed jump.
Back
White.
in action, first down and 10 from the 38. This time, drug out of bounds. Boy, luckily not a horse collar tackle there on first down. That ball angled out of bounds at the 38, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage there, Travis.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to rule him out of bounds. The clock did stop, but it did trip about 3 seconds off before they stopped the clock.
1-yard loss on the play. Spot the ball at the 39-yard line. Bring up second down and 11.
Second down and 11 for the blue team as they move from right to left. The ball on the goal, 39, in shotgun. Quarterback stands at the 45 with the two receivers to either side. High snap, rolls back. Plenty of daylight. Left side up, trying to make the right-handed one-hand grab at the 20-yard line, and it's incomplete. An excellent effort on the blue team there to Cortland Denicio out of Lake Travis. Bring up third down and a long 11, Travis.
Huge third down here for the blue team. I know they'd probably go for it on fourth down as well, but you got to think they're going to treat it like a regular season high school football game where third and 11 ball game on the line. They need to get this first down.
This was a drive that started for the blue team on their own 31, trailing 14-13 with 46 seconds to go. Now on the 39, trips to the left. The pass in the flats to the left side, angling to the 35-yard line. A good catch there, but not a lot of positive yardage for the blue team member. That was Cortland Denicio once again.
Another swing pass to Denicio, makes the catch, and they got a solid 5 yards as the blue team takes their final timeout of the ball game. Denicio makes that catch, but it sets up a fourth and manageable, really, when you think about it, Rob. This will be about 6 yards from where they have placed the chains. Blue team needs to make it to the 28-yard line to get that first down, and you got to think they're going to go through the air. Another one of these short passes. The goal team needs to be ready.
Again, only 36 seconds remain on the clock here in this fourth annual 2019 FCA All-Star Unity Bowl. The goal team with a 1-point advantage, 14-13. Final opportunity for the blue team. Fourth down and 6. The ball on the gold 35. They're out of timeouts as they just called their last one moments ago. An opportunity here for the blue to get that first down, and if they do, Travis, they're going to have to quickly spike the ball. They may be able to get another play or two off, and then it may be Mario Lara who gets to play Houdini tonight, as he called it earlier, said we're not going to lose this game. I'll kick the winning field goal if I need to. Here we go, fourth down and 7 on the left hash mark from the 35. In shotgun, the quarterback, Cade Fly. With triplets to the right, one receiver all alone as the Ranger down to the left. He's got a back to his left, takes the snap, the protection there, punt fake up, This one, he has the first down at the 25. Oh, baby, an opportunity here for the blue team.
Joshua Hanley making the catch, open to the middle. Hanley just jumped up. Great athletic effort.
Quickly back in rhythm with 26 seconds on the clock from the 25. Fly, low snap. 2 defenders. He breaks through them across the 25 to the 20. Cade, he's finally brought down at the 23 and
he didn't get out of bounds.
The clock is running with 12 on the clock. The blue team quickly has to get set. They should spike the ball here. With 5 seconds on the clock, they will spike it. 3 seconds. Travis, did Lora play Houdini? Is he going to kick the game-winning field goal?
That is going to be a difficult task if they elect to go for the kick because the ball, I'm trying to see where they spotted the ball after that spike.
Looks like the 25.
Yeah, the line of scrimmage is on the 25-yard line, which would make that about a 42-yard line. Yeah, add 17 yards to it. And, I mean, they've got him out, though, so he's going to attempt a 42-yard field goal.
It's actually 44 because the ball's on the 22. A 44-yard field goal. Mario Lara Houdini, can he do it? On the left hash.
Gold team is going to take a timeout and make Lara think about it.
The gold team will take that timeout. They've got 2 remaining. Travis, we are set for an exciting finish. We interviewed Mario Lara from Schulenburg, Texas, moments ago. He said, my team is not going to lose. And Chuck asked him, if you get down there and have to kick, what are you going to do? He goes, I'm going to kick the game-winning field goal. Chuck, he may be playing Houdini.
I tell you what, it couldn't have been set up better for its storybook ending if he can knock this through. It is a long field goal. We're talking about 39, 40 yards here. And the goal, even whipping out a timeout to try to ice the young man from Schulenburg.
And Chuck, as we talked to you down there, Laura, he got called up to be the kicker. He's not normally a kicker. Is that correct?
No, he said he was a kicker at Schulenburg.
Okay.
But he looks like a lineman. We were talking to a new version of Janikowski out here.
Here it goes. Boy, Travis, 17 to that. What is that, 49?
It would be a 39-yard field goal.
39-yard field goal attempt. It is up. It's on its way. And it is good. Oh, baby. Houdini called it. Houdini called it. Mario Lara in the interview said we're going to win this game. Travis, a 39-yard field goal to end it. Unbelievable.
Mario Lara, wow, 39-yard field goal. It had the distance. It had the strength. Oh, my gosh.
Well, our 4th annual FCA All-Star Unity Bowl ends on a spectacular 39-yard field goal by Mario Lara out of Schulenburg, Texas. He called it in the interview. He said, we're going to win. I'll kick the game-winning field goal if I have to. Chuck, that was unbelievable, buddy.
Definitely. Mario, come here, man.
We got Mario Lara down there with Chuck Crazy right now on the interview. Chuck, bring that up to him. He said that he was going to win it.
Moments ago, I asked you, I said, hey, if that kick needs to be made at the end of the game, you're going to make it. And you didn't even hesitate to say yes, and you nailed that. Talk about how you feel about all that.
Excited.
Excited?
Yeah.
If I'm voting your player of the game, you had 10 points for the blue. The difference, you hit the game winner, man. You have a lot to be proud of tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go be with your teammates. Thanks. Back to you, Rob. He's tired, man. He just got dog palms. So.
Hey, he's got a new nickname, Houdini. Chuck, was he a senior by any chance? I didn't catch that.
Mario, you a senior?
Yes.
He is.
Oh, my goodness. What a way to, you've already graduated. Now your senior year, your last time at the high school level on a gridiron playing field. Oh, Travis, that was just unbelievable, buddy.
What a game.
What an ending.
You know, I was mentioning throughout the night, Rob, that this felt like one of the most athletic competitions that we've seen in these games over the last couple of years. And I'll go back.
We'll send it back down to Chuck. Chuck, who are you with down there, buddy?
Okay, I'm with Coach Rodney Vincent of Vista Ridge, head coach here of the Blue Team. David Woods, I'm sorry. Oh, that's right. No. I saw the Vista hat. Yeah, go get Coach Vincent for me. I'm sorry, I got his name wrong.
Hey, Chuck, hey,
you know, the coaches all look the same.
We could talk to him too, man.
Well, yeah, I thought he was the head coach.
Coach, next time you run across a coach, say, hey, do you have a broadcast for your football team? We got the
exactly.
SHN Sports Broadcast in a box.
Well, he went to go get Coach Vincent, so I want to talk to him. You know, like I said just before, I think Houdini, Mario Lara out of Schulenburg, ought to be the player of the game here. He had 10
easily.
points, the game winner from 40
We'll send it over to Mike
yards out.
Stevens real quick for the players of the game, Chuck. We'll be right back.
And we'll give out some much-deserved awards.
Well, they are going over those awards here in just a few moments. We'll continue to remain quiet so we can get those names as they announce them. Stay with us. Unity Bowl coverage continues. Chuck, if you're able to, I don't know if you can, maybe kind of hold that microphone down in there at the end so we can pick up some of that audio.
Kids all over Texas, all over the state, all over Austin, different schools, different races, different religions. We all coming here together tonight to play one game. You know, we all come here to worship you. You know, we may not know each other. It's a game of diversity, but you allow us to play against each other with the game. You know, you give us the strength. You give us the intelligence that we need, Lord. You know, I ask for you to bless everybody that's here, everybody that came out here and played. You know, bless their life, bless their economics, their family. You know, maybe there's some people out here that's going through some things. You know, it's tough. There's people out here that go through things. You know, and I ask for you to bless them. You know, take care of them, lead them. Be the one that they need, because you are the one that we need. We all need you. You know, you're good at all times. You know, even in the worst times, you're the best. You know, this little thing happened to me. This is nothing. You gave this to me. I'm gonna recover from it. You know, I just ask you to bless me, because I'm gonna keep my faith, and I'm gonna believe, just how we all gotta do it. You know, look at each other. We all gotta love each other and take care of each other. You know, we gotta honor him, praise him, and worship him. You know, Lord, once we all leave, we all go to different places of Texas, different parts of town. You know, I ask for you to be with them while they go home. You know, be around them. Send your guardian angels so no accidents on the road come towards them, or they don't get in any accidents, Lord. I ask for you to take care of everybody that came here tonight and came together, Lord. We just want to give you huge thanks for allowing us to come out here together and play a game for you, Lord. Amen.
All right. Hey, everybody keep them. I love y'all boys.
Chuck, what a great prayer there, that young man injuring his collarbone. What an awesome prayer.
Agreed.
Game, select the offensive and defensive most valuable players. We will select one winner from separate teams. Tonight's defensive MVP award goes to Jacob Munoz from Cedar Park.
Jacob Munoz getting the Defensive Player Award from Cedar Park, Texas.
Tonight's offensive MVP award goes to Cade Phelps from Blanco.
Cade Phelps gets the offensive MVP. Blanco, Texas. What a great night he had.
We also have two more awards to present. The Most Christ-Like award goes to the All-Star from each team, who throughout this week displayed character, encouragement, and the heart of a servant leader. The Most Christ-Like award for the blue team goes to Riley Wells.
Riley Wells! Come on, Riley Wells!
Riley Wells getting the Most Christ-Like award, the offensive lineman out of Leander, Texas.
The award for the gold team goes to Colin DeWitt.
And Colin DeWitt, the offensive lineman out of Dripping Springs, gets it for the Gold team. As Greg Knight down there handing out those awards, I believe that's Greg.
We also want to give out 2 special FCA serving awards going to 2 outstanding trainers that served all week. They are Ember Verde.
Yeah, Ember! Come on, Ember! Yeah! All right.
And Joseph Marin. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending tonight's FCA All-Star Unity Bowl game. May you each have safe travels as you return home. God bless you.
Well, as we will quickly wrap this one up, Chuck, from you down on the sidelines, your final thoughts on what was an exciting game, my friend.
Well, I tell you what, besides all the excitement on the field, I really enjoyed interviewing all the kids. One interview in the first half, really, it touched me, and it's the honesty that we got from number 44 for the Gold team, and that, of course, Jacob Turner. He talked about how he's still a lost soul, but this week has really put him towards the right direction. And, I honestly pray for him that he continues to keep these strong Christian men in his life and find his way to Christ.
Well, Chuck, appreciate the great work from you and Carl
Yes,
down there on the sidelines. Unbelievable work tonight, as we will take it back up here in the booth and close this one out tonight. Again, thank you, Carl. Thank you, Chuck Crazy. I'm Rob Hipp, of course, down here with Travis Banks. Travis, Mario Laura, I said it many times. He called it. He said, we're going to come back. We're going to win this game. I'm going to kick the field goal. He does it on a 39-yarder. What an exciting game for these youngsters to get out here and play in, my friend.
Oh, yeah. The last couple of years we've covered this game, it's been a bit more of an exhibition, more friendly competition. I said it throughout the game, Rob. I thought tonight these were athletes trying to display their athleticism. A bunch of kids who might have been overlooked in terms of scholarships, trying to use tonight as an opportunity to either put it all out on the field in their final football game they might ever play in their lifetime in uniform, or just maybe to add a little boost to their film tape as a resume if they wanted to walk onto a college program. Either way, both sides embodied the 4 rules that the FCA loves to follow, the 4 pillars. And I don't think any of us could have asked for a better game, to be honest with you.
Well, it was a game tonight. As I look over to my left, both teams touching the ball 10 times. The Blue team had a 10-0 early lead. That one came on their second possession, a drive that started on their own 24-yard line. It was capped off by that 30-yard field goal by Laura. He had a couple of big ones here in this game, none other than that 39, though, that won it. But at that point, the score 10-0, the 1:10 mark in the first quarter. And then for the Gold team, Hanley able to get the interception at the 6:16 mark. We went into halftime. I believe the score was 10-0 at the halftime. But then in that third quarter, that is really when things came alive. The Blue forwarded the ball in the end zone. Remember, this could have been a very different game, but the Blue team fumbled that ball on a huge reception right around the 3-yard line. It flew into the end zone, allowing the touchback. Because of that fumble in the end zone, Gold took it over. They were able to capitalize. 80 yards they go down the field, capped off by a 12-yard touchdown pass. And I want to make sure I get the names right, to Myson Williams out of San Marcos. We talked to him in this game as well. At that point, it was 10-7. And then the 8th possession, the Blue team had to punt their ensuing possession. 8th possession, Gold started from their own 16, Travis. Another huge drive down, a 69-yard touchdown pass. That one into the hands of Cade Phelps, who we also talked to. At that point, the Gold team 14-10. Blue would fight back in the fourth quarter on their 9th possession. From their own 22-yard line, a 33-yard field goal by none other again, Mario Lara. He was the player of the game tonight up here in the booth. And then, of course, that 39-yarder to cap off the game late. What a great game. Travis, just one more final words from you, and we'll sign off here tonight.
Just again, great edition of this broadcast as usual. We've had a lot of fun broadcasting it. We hope you've had a lot of fun allowing us into your home to broadcast this game. Great effort by these student athletes down there, and hopefully, this FCA involvement has helped them to figure out their place in life, or put them on the correct path to figure out what they need to do with their lives.
Travis, as always, appreciate you. Appreciate all of our SHN family. A beautiful night for football here in Central Texas with a great organization, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. A special thank you again to Steve Vittorini, Greg Knight. Thank you guys so much for all that you do and the impact that you're making on these children through Jesus Christ. We appreciate this opportunity, the 4th annual 2019 FCA All-Star Unity Bowl right here on SHN Sports. I'm sure we'll have it again next year. We hope that you enjoyed the multiple camera angles, the sideline reporting, and all of that great coverage from our SHN family. Again, make sure to hit the subscribe button. It's right below you here on the YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. Help us to try to reach 1,000 before 12 o'clock. Tomorrow, we will have the Georgetown Eagle 5A State Baseball Championship live from the Dell Diamond right here on the home of the Eagles, SHN Sports. That'll be audio only. Tomorrow we'll start at 11:45 against a very tough and competitive Colleyville Heritage team. And then next week, we're still working out the details, but the Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association will be covering their all-star games that they have there at the Dell Diamond. We'll be covering both of those games as well. We'll have details on that and more. Remember, friends, follow us on Twitter. I always get confused. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to us right here on YouTube. One final time tonight, the Blue victorious here in this 4th annual FCA All-Star Unity Bowl, 16-14 for Travis Banks, Michael Francis operating camera. Thank you, Michael. Heather behind me. She always helps behind the scenes. Heather, thank you for your work. Nathan Height. Of course, Chuck Cracy down on the sidelines, and I couldn't do SHN without all the SHN family, and especially Carl Schoening. Appreciate his camera work tonight. Friends, as I end every broadcast, reminding you we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you, especially tonight. Good night, and God bless from Georgetown, Texas. We'll see you next time.